and fed that to the street. Sliding it like a wet flow. Already fried from the get-go. Alligators look like gecko. Everything I do, they echo.
Come on in. Come on inside and get yourself something cool. We are back.
Voch looking lean over there too. I gotta say that too, man. There you go, man.
Man, listen, man. We just got to do what we got to do. They say, Voch, y'all need to do these roundtables every week.
It's false. No, that's false. Not this time.
Not this time.
Man, look, I sincerely apologize, right? Because there's a reason why we haven't done this in a while. Will Steele has made me very superstitious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, we can't do it for week one because I don't want to lose to the Giants, right? And I can't lose. Yeah, look, we're on the road. We can't lose to the Jets. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, the perfect time to do it is right before San Francisco. And boy, after that San Francisco game, I was like, boy, we might as well have been did the roundtable.
Might as well, fuck it.
That joint, you feel me?
We might as well would have been a did the roundtable. But ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We bike. I appreciate y'all for being here. We haven't even hit the go button yet in this 300, 400 of y'all around. So appreciate y'all. Love y'all to pieces.
It's going.
It's going. It's the bye week. It's the bye week. So we got some things to talk about today. I'm hosting. I'm point guarding, so y'all know it's bound to be some mess and confusion, and I know exactly what to do to set off.
We know who's gonna be starting.
So we're gonna cross that road whenever we get there. I am your host, Lombardi Prime, going from left to right, because that's how we read. Foots the King, Law Nation, Voch, Okoye, Will Skywalker, Steele. Appreciate y'all, fellas. Can I get flames in the chat for my guys, please?
Let's get the files, baby.
Come on now.
Let's go. Come on, man. All right,
Get my theme music.
Wait. Come on, Prime. Where you at? Give me my theme music.
It's Friday. Just bounce with it, y'all. Come on now.
It's Friday, baby.
Where my cap is at in the building. Y'all be doing all that.
Yeah, they breaking their shoulders and shit.
Yeah, the shimmy.
Something wrong with that.
Shouts out to the Caps.
All right, y'all. We got some work to get into. First of all, let me ask the fellas on the panel. We good for hour 30 minutes too?
Man,
what we doing tonight?
This happens every time. We get to the end and we be like, man, we could go
long.
long.
We can go as long as we want.
Good morning, man. We could have did 18
hours. We don't do these enough.
It's
so
Friday,
care,
fam. I'm good.
Hey, if my screen go off, I took a quick nap. It's all good.
Your screen ain't even got to go off. You'll just go to sleep. Just go.
You'll go to sleep right in front of your face.
Come on now, dog.
Come on, man.
Come on now, dog.
That's all good. Let's rock. Let's rock.
Shout out
do this.
Come on now, dog.
Let's do this. This is what we have on the docket, all right? Talking about the team moving forward. We're currently at bye week, so we can do some forecast and projection. Of course, walking into this season right before week one, we was like, we beating the shit out of everybody. Then Cardinals and 49ers happened. So I just want to tap in with y'all, see if we've changed our tune at all. Trade deadline is on Halloween. We can have a conversation about, anything that we should or should not be looking for. I got a game because every round table, I got to have a game. I just want to know where y'all at with a handful of players, and that's where I think where our fights are going to kick off at. So, gentlemen, do y'all have a preference of where y'all want to start with? Y'all have a preference?
No, I don't care.
Let's start with the fights then. All right, so
let's start with the fights. I know you gonna start some shit.
Let me just tell y'all something. Let's go. Yeah.
I wrote this down on my notepad. I was like, where we at with them, right? So I'm gonna ask one of y'all about whatever player that I just call out to you, right? And I'm like, hey, where you at with this player? Okoye, where you at with this guy? Sky, Law, Foots, where you at? Okoye, where you at with Tony Pollard?
Oh, you starting now. Like everybody, like they misunderstand me, right? I still think Tony is what he was.
Well, whenever they start off with misunderstood, we understand exactly.
They think that I hate Tony. I just don't think Tony is a bell cow back. He never has been, and now we're asking him to be one, fresh off an injury and on a franchise tag. So he's not running like a bell cow back, and he's not running the contact. I got several plays where I looked at him, especially in the San Fran game, on that toss play where he wasted that block on Tyler Smith when Tyler Smith yoked Fred Warner 20 yards down the field. It pissed me off because one, it was poor vision. That's a play that he usually gets a touchdown on. If he does get a touchdown there or a big run there, that would have been a good momentum swing, and it was early enough in the game to actually count for something, right? And Tony, that's a routine play for Tony, and he just hasn't had the vision or the burst this season. Plus, they're running him up the middle, in other games as if he's Zeke, and that's not efficient in my opinion. I think you get more out of Tony, and we've already proven you get more out of Tony with less Tony. I don't need Tony running the ball 23 times into a puff of smoke. Let somebody else do that. The dirty work, let somebody else do that. You know what I mean? And then let Tony stay fresh so that he can still get you that 1,000 yards from. I'm not saying from the bench. He could still start. I don't care if he starts, but treat him like Alvin Kamara, not like a thumper. He's not a thumper. So the fact that we keep running him like that, the way we're using him, I'm pissed off with that. So trying to act like Tony is suddenly some hard-nosed runner and asking him to do some hard-nosed runner stuff. Right. I don't care if you're 217. He's like a 217-pound receiver, not a 217-pound, power runner. He's not that guy. So, I just don't like how we're using him. So when I criticize Tony, I'm criticizing the usage of Tony because I know we can use Tony better than how we've been using him. I don't want to see Tony being used the way he's being used. So I do have a problem with them using him as if he's a hard-nosed back. He's soft when it comes to coming. If you're going up against a tough defense, you don't need to see Tony running in there with his head down, man. I don't want to see that, man. That ain't him.
So Koye saying that we should use less Tony. I saw Will still shaking his head like, yes. I'm assuming Foots disagrees. Foots, are you saying we should just be using Tony?
No,
Tony needs less play?
I don't agree with less Tony, but I'll get to my point whenever you get to me.
Oh shit, Will still next way.
The only thing I'm a fight Koye on is I don't think he's soft. I think what's happening now. You made a good point about the Tyler Smith block. That's a fact. The bad vision. But I went back and watched the Chargers game of Koye. The line isn't playing good.
Okay.
So that's just one of my points. But I do agree with 19 to 20 touches, not carries, touches is where he should be. So I'm not going to fight you on that.
Touches. Fine with that. But before you go on, Bach, I know you're about to toss it. When you say the line plays bad, right?
Right.
What do you need when a guy has to deal with messy or messy gap where he got to deal with guys in the gap already?
You need a guy that can hit it.
You need a guy that can run through contact, and he can't do that. You know what I mean? And he's running away from contact because he playing for his career right now. You get hurt right now, this gonna be your last check. You know what I mean?
So Will Steele, you disagree that you should use Tony less? What you mean?
Yeah, because I think he's being used like he used to be used for the most part in regards to the carries. He's only got 2 games where he's had more than 15 carries. That so and in those games he had over 100 yards. Cowboys won, and he was a dual threat in both the run and the pass. So I don't mind them using him 20 plus when they need to. Sure. I don't like the how. And a lot of people want to go out and get Derrick Henry. I'm like, bro, if you go get Derrick Henry and you got him running in shotgun, up the A-gap all game against an offensive line, with an offensive line that's like, Foots is not lying, it's not all gelled together just yet, then it don't matter who you got back there, in my opinion. When Tony Pollard was able to sift through trash and be productive when the O-line wasn't the greatest was when he wasn't being asked to do what, the old Zeke role, right? Like, hey, we just going to put your head down, get 2 yards, cloud of dust, and then Tony will come in and he'd be able to shake and find where to go. If you're going to run Tony down the middle of the line out of shotgun, that's a waste of a rep. So if you only get 15, right? And you're doing that with Tony 9 times.
10 times. Yeah.
We're wasting him. Number one.
On the bench,
number 2, did y'all watch the Saints game yesterday?
Sure.
Y'all watched the Jags game?
Yeah.
Travis Etienne?
Yeah.
You see how they're using Travis Etienne?
Mm-hmm.
I just happened to go look, man, because I was just curious. Travis Etienne has 67 carries off the right or left end or tackle or at the left or right tackle. 67. Tony Pollard has 43.
Right.
43 carries on the outside, right? And he's got a ton of carries on the inside. That shouldn't happen. You should be utilize him like a Travis Etienne or, as you said, Alvin Kamara, what have you. Get Tony on the edges, allow Dowdle or Hunter Lipke to run down the middle, and then it's okay to run TP down the middle, just not as much as they was doing it.
Not how we do it. Yeah.
How we do it.
Yeah.
So on a counter trade, misdirection, something like that. Yeah.
So Law Nation. So Will is chalking this up as a play caller problem. Fusty King say your O-line's a problem. Koye say Tony is soft. Where you at on this, Law Nation? Which one of these guys got it right?
They screen recording that, Koye, just so you know.
Hey, man, let's
how
go.
it goes,
I
man.
ain't walking it back.
He ain't walking it back.
Interview.
Tony Pollard is to me, how people say this person may be 2 steps behind or 1 step behind. I think that he's a half a step slower than what he was last year, or half a step
for
off.
sure.
And of course, we got to give him a little grace on that. But when I look at Tony Pollard, he had 6 explosive plays this year. Guess who had 5? Ezekiel Elliott got 5. You know, and I'm not saying that Zeke is better than Tony or Tony better than Zeke, but they both average 3.9 yards per toe. So I'm sitting here like, all right, cool. Now you did mention Derrick Henry. He got 8 explosive plays this year. He's averaging 4.3 yards per toe, and he have 20 forced missed tackles. My guy Tony Pollard is right around 6 or 7. And Derrick Henry is considered to have an off season. So I get with what you're saying, Sky. We all like Tony Pollard and his offense, but I'm looking at it from here. Maybe 14 to 18 touches collectively.
That's always
and
been
utilize him on the outside, because when he I think mentally, when he bounced it to the outside, somehow he continued to try to cut back inside. I don't know what's going on with it, but this time with this role, if he continued to play this way, he won't be here for 2024.
Oh, that was never the case anyway.
Yeah, he won't be here
for 2024 anyway.
Yeah, this is a 1 year thing.
Okay.
It was never coming back.
He ain't gonna make it through the season. If we give him 240 carries plus, he's not gonna make it the way he's running right now. He's not gonna make it.
So what this is why, though, because we got a lot of lightning, and I like Rico mentality that he likes to try to run like the sledgehammer. Yeah. But I just think that do we need a power back? So are we okay with this?
That's my next question. So go ahead. Go ahead.
So Law, to be honest with you, that's why I was so high on Tajay Spears. I think you need another back exactly like Tony. Because again, I don't. So here's why. Hold on, Okoye.
Go ahead. Tell him why. Okay, first tell him why Okoye fits with a method. Go ahead.
Here's the problem with bringing in a guy who's just a power back. You can't unlock the full offense. With a guy like Tajay Spears, he can catch the ball out the backfield. He could do certain things within what Mike McCarthy wants to do. Whatever you feel about Mike McCarthy,
why can't Rico do that?
I was just about to say
he actually can. But he wouldn't be on this. Remember how
break it down? Talk to us.
Remember how I was campaigning for Gibbs, Law? Like I wanted Gibbs for this reason, and everybody's the Lions aren't using Gibbs right. No, they're saving him for the moments that they're going to need him in. Because again, he's just like Pollard. If you use him and he's 25 carries a game, he's not going to make it through a whole season.
What round did A-Chain go in?
A-Chain went in the second, I believe.
Day 2.
Okay,
Day 2. A-Chain went the second. Spears went the third, which was why I was so upset because
I see what you're saying.
You got Schoonmaker.
They ran off.
Well,
Tajay Spears helps you more than Schoonmaker. And I like Schoonmaker, but Tajay Spears in this offense, you guys will be like, wow. And he's actually the reason why Titans fans want to get rid of Derrick Henry because he's playing good football with the Titans.
But look though, Foots, to Will's point though, right? Even if we had Tajay Spears, this offense runs him up B gap.
Right.
It don't matter.
Like that's the problem here.
If you're gonna run up the middle, you need a power back, man.
Let me ask you this, Voch. You know when you run an outside zone, you got to get those reach blocks. Now I like when they do pin pull and they get Tyron out of space.
Sure.
If that's the case, cool. But I don't know. Like, still to me,
that's our best play though. Honestly, though, that's our best play so far. Like pin pulling Tyler. So
or Tyron.
Don't nobody want to see
Tyron. I meant Tyron. So the pin guy that could be like a wide receiver crack or something, or 86. We'll talk about him at some point, and then they'll put Tyron in space. That's our best play so far. Like that's our best outside run play. But besides that, banging Tony up B gap is as Will Steele with the film. Banging Tony up B gap don't work, man.
Well, let me ask you this though, Bob. Doesn't hit as hard.
Go ahead,
is pull trap a full scheme that the Cowboys going to be utilizing and using? Because I talked to Coach Marv about that. Okay. Is that the actual scheme? Help me out. Is pull trap is the scheme?
Nah, trap is like auxiliary play. You know what I'm saying? So look, we can technically be a zone team, but trap can just be something that you run. You know, you could be a zone team and counter can just be something that you run. Power trap can just be something that you run. Right. So we're not. Yeah, so like we're not a power team. Like we combo and we climb to the second level. We're a zone team, but anybody can run trap or counter. You just got to deal with the backside guys, backside ends.
So can I stay there real quick with me, Voch? Because I want to make sure I'm seeing this right. Because I don't feel like I'm watching a zone team in the sense of Bill Callahan what they do over there in Kevin O'Connell was to stretch zones. I don't feel like I'm seeing that, but I just showed the play here where it wasn't a stretch zone. It was more so it was a normal zone read where the running back can either continue to read. They do this a lot with Derrick Henry. He has a 3 or 4 level read where he can continue his way outside, hit the C gap, or cut it back into the B or A gap. And that's what Rico Dowdle did on the play that I showed. I don't get why we don't do that more often. Get under center and utilize that, because if you look at the West Coast offense, a lot of their successful play actions come out of under center with some form of either stretch zone or some condensed kind of inside zone situation. So I'm not really seeing that. So what kind of zone are we running?
Yeah, what are we?
So this is first day football school. This is what I learned, right? You're double teaming or you're comboing, right? So when you in these power schemes, gap schemes, whoever's running the double team, we just stay on double team. You're not worried about linebacker. Your job is double teaming. What makes it zone is one of us got to come off on the linebacker. Then they got to decide. So that's more of a combo and not a double team, right? So yeah, we are running zone concept, just offensive line. So we are running zone concept. However, when we run counter is more of a gap. If Tyler's gonna pull and kick the outside in, you are off Tyler. If the backside whoever is pulling and wrapping to the front side linebacker because it's power, your gap is behind the puller and right off that front side back or whatever, right? So sometimes it is zone, sometimes it is power, but when we're running a lot of this shit, it's a combination of both. Now, could this be a continuity problem, Scott? You know what I'm saying? Just me thinking about it more. Are we like a hybrid zone power team and we really just
what's our run identity? Yeah, what's our run identity?
What's our identity?
You know what I'm saying?
Got a bunch of maulers. Yeah.
That's fair.
So,
you know what
I'm gonna be honest, just real quick.
ahead.
I really do believe that we are better when we're running GT counter and when we're letting Zach wrap around, crack
Traps.
it in, trap, like you said. And so that stuff, Sky. So like you said, it hits faster under center. It just hits harder under center. But I see why they're doing it in gun, because again, when Dak just scored, it does give that quarterback that two-way go. Like I teach my quarterback.
Only if he's gonna run though. He ain't been running. The reason Reed hasn't been
running
like
a motherfucker.
But if you got that two-way go and now you reading that edge defender and we can keep that going, well, now we good.
Now the edge defender ain't gonna crack down on that running back, and you'll start getting those runs. But
your numbers
is this too much of a learning curve though, Foots, for Tyler? Because Tyler Smith is heading on to
because it's just football.
Beating his, I'm talking about he's beating out his last year's penalties numbers. You know, he's already got 6.
Law, it's so crazy. You know, I'm the biggest Tyler Smith fan. He's been really, really good. And then it's like, Tyler, what the hell is this? Like, what are you doing? Like bad feet, lunging. I'm pretty sure you've seen
with his feet since college.
I think Fliss, I think fighting Jonathan Ledbetter is different than fighting Hargrave. You know what I'm saying? Like those are two totally different fights, though. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask Sky this. So do you think that when we're running more of these zones, outside zone type of things, we're trying to hit C gap and stretch or anything like that, that should be the Tony play? And I guess what I'm asking is, if we're going to be running trap, counter, power, all this kind of shit, is that where we should use more Rico, or to Koye's point, Hunter Lipke?
So I just think they need to go back to doing what they've become accustomed to over the last few years, and that's having at the very least 2 backs be a part of the run game. They are treating Rico Dowdle right now just like a normal reserve, where over the first, and I'm not saying that Tony Pollard and Rico or Tony Pollard and Zeke, but I no disrespect to running backs, I don't think you necessarily need a bell cow number 1 top flight running back.
No, he doesn't.
If you got
a 3 down back,
if you got 2 solid guys, you can use them in certain ways. So what I mean is, back when we had TP and Zeke, right? TP would get in the groove. They give Zeke away to get in the groove. Do the same thing with Rico. The first 3 weeks of the season, Rico Dowdle had 21 touches and a touchdown. The last 3 weeks, he's got like 10. Like you can't.
It don't even
you
make
can't treat him that way. Yeah, it makes no sense.
When you see what he does on film.
And what Foot said about, having Tyler J. Spears being able to do things in the air, I agree that I don't think McCarthy wants to go back to an Eddie Lacy type where I can't really utilize him, on the ground and in the air. But Rico can catch the rock out the backfield. He's been a really good screen guy. So, and he's been a really good guy you dump it off to when he gets upfield. So I don't get why you don't incorporate Rico Dowdle. When Tony Pollard became RB1, it never was about, the excitement was never about Tony Pollard getting 25 touches a game.
No.
It wasn't about that.
It was more than 6.
It was right. It was
more than 6, yeah.
Showcasing them.
Hey, Scott, let me ask you this, though. And Voch brought it up. It could just be continuity because not only did we lose Kellen Moore and Doug Nussmeier, we have a new offensive line coach, Solari, and we have a new running back coach because we don't have Skip Pete anymore. I guess his name is Jeff Blasco.
That's important.
Jeff Blasco. So it's a different philosophy. We're not going to do what we did last year because these two guys
might be the reason. That might be.
That is a very, very good point in a sense with the running back because we know. I mean, if y'all don't know, you should know. Skip Pete had a lot of say on who the hell was out there. And there was times where it was like, hey, man, how do you see Tony going off here? But now he finishes the game with 8 carries, right? But that's because Skip was like, nah, this is a Zeke game. So Skip controlled who went out there. This new coach, I really don't know what it is. But it's not as if McCarthy wasn't on the roster, wasn't on the team when they were running the 2 backs. So all he got to do was go right across the hall. Hey, bro.
Do this.
Rico need 10 at the minimum.
Right.
And that's it. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if it's 2.
You calling the plays.
And you calling the play.
You calling the play.
Hey, Scott, can I ask you a question, Scott?
Yeah.
Because you follow OCs in the league. Like, that's what you do. So one of my things is this. When it comes to O-line coaches, you just said Callahan. Callahan is a damn near Hall of Famer when it comes to
man.
That's
like D1. That's like saying Michael Jordan.
Right. So, and then we look at Mike McDaniel's run game. He learned that literally from the guy who has probably one of the best run games in the league right now. I think that Mike McCarthy, I'm not going to say he doesn't understand it, but that's not what he does. He's always been a quarterback guy. That's what he was brought in the league for. So I think that may have something to do with it as well.
Has Mike McCarthy ever had a leading rusher?
You know, that's a great question.
Yeah, Lacy. Ever. But you mean like leading the league?
Ricky, right?
Ryan something, I forgot. Ryan Grant, didn't he?
Ricky Williams did good with him.
I'd imagine Lacy probably was the most successful, like just rushing.
No, Ricky Williams had a crazy year with him.
Oh well, I mean Ricky's Ricky. I mean they trade a whole draft for Ricky back when he was
Ricky was that guy.
So how about this, fellas?
Okay, well, now you go about it.
So let's do this. Let's just leave it right there. We've been talking about running backs for a minute. So long story short, there may be a problem with how touches are, touches and opportunities are, rationed out, I guess.
The how. Yeah.
Last game, man, Michael Gallup had like 10 or so.
We had one turn this now. That's crazy.
Michael Gallup had 10 targets. Rico Dowdle didn't have enough. Turpin didn't have enough. Whatever. Get the ball to you guys, especially get it to who's hot. Scott. I mean, Law Nation. Let me ask you this, Law Nation. I'll get Scott. Where you at with this whole Michael Gallup situation? I'm just curious as to what you think about it.
Oh my goodness, man! Y'all know Michael Gallup, my guy, but I'm gonna tell him. I think that they was trying to showcase him so they can pump up his trade value.
Oh,
he was the only guy that he had 10 targets on 3 receptions. Everybody else, I think, old boy said 16.
He literally
everybody else caught every ball else thrown away.
I did not think about that.
Yes, indeed. So I'm trying to figure out why we got Jalen Tolbert, right? Why we got Kevontae Turpin. Let's figure out if we can get other guys involved in this game. And we got a guy that's experienced in Brandon Cooks. There's only can be one person that they can focus on in CeeDee Lamb, but let it be this order, ladies and gentlemen, that's listening. CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert, or Kevontae Turpin. And let's try to phase out Gallup and just see what we can do as a team because everybody else is looking consistent when the ball is thrown their way.
Right.
Right now, CeeDee Lamb, when targeted, he's 121 passer rated. God, that's 121 passer.
I was looking for that stat. I didn't know what it was.
It's on PFF. But hey, but if y'all just look at that, we're killing ourselves or shooting ourselves in the foot by trying to make our ancillary the pieces when we got our main piece, CeeDee Lamb. Right. And I'm glad that they found out about Luke Schoonmaker because we looked better last game by not even looking his way. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he's what? 1 catch out of 5 targets. Schoonmaker, all he know how to do is drop the ball. So no, I look at it that way, Voch. Let's just phase Gallup out right now. I think that he's still, when I said if TP is a half of a step short, my guy Gallup is a full step short right now.
Yeah.
2 steps last year. So he's
Skywalker Steele, where you at in this whole Gallup situation? I already know the answer, but we got to talk to them.
Right. I think it's time to kind of see what Tober can do in that role. At some point, you might need Gallup. Injuries happen, maybe red zone, but it's time to see what Tober can do. And here's why. I've been noticing this, and it doesn't take a genius to notice this, but they don't give a about Gallup out there. Yeah. Like seriously, defenses don't care. Yeah. So they are willing to take one-on-one with Gallup all game. Do you know what that does to CD Lamb and Brandon Cooks when they could just say, hey, we don't care about on that side of the field. We'll focus on the center. Prime example, if you go back and watch the 49ers game, they kept lining CD up in the slot and trying to send him down the middle of the field. What happened? He was getting bracketed. So they had to keep running the routes very short so they can get the ball to CD right now, but you couldn't get anything to CD deeper intermediate in the slot because guess what? I can single up Gallup. I don't care. And this safety can play both Cooks and Lamb now. All we have to do is just make the read and make the right read if we can. And when you go out there, you're lining up a guy who doesn't move. He doesn't play in the slot. He doesn't motion. His play is dead right there. Me and Voch had this conversation the other day. But if you go out there with Tober, who's played 30-something% snaps in the slot, who's shown he can motion from inside to out, outside to in, play inline and detach, does some dirty work, has the quickness, the twitchiness, the explosiveness. He can get downfield. We saw that he can catch some passes and break some tackles. If you bring in Turpin, who we know can take the top off the defense, he can motion backfield, slot, out wide, running back. That now makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different guys that you can do so many different things with, as opposed to one dude who completely shuts down an entire side of the field because he can't do anything. So like you said, Law, we're shooting ourselves in the foot by keeping him out there because he doesn't have enough versatility to threaten the defense, man.
So Foots, last Tuesday on Volume 306, and it may have been Wednesday, me and Will had this conversation. Foots and Koye, but Foots go first. Tell me, am I bugging when I say this, right? Just tell me if I'm tripping. In order in which I want to get my wide receivers going or that they're valuable to me right now, Gallup is wide receiver 5 for you. That is not a joke.
That's serious.
Like go ahead, Foots.
Hey, that what offseason said too.
So look, you have to get CD going. You have to get Cooks going, and I think Tober and Turpin can help you out more right now. Am I crazy to think that Gallup, in order of importance, he's wide receiver 5 right now? Chat, let me know too. Go ahead, Foots.
So I think he might be 6 because
He ain't about to say Jalen Brooks.
No, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna say Law did CD1. I think CD needs 1 and 1A. The problem is the Bama. I'm adding CD twice.
He doing 105 through the fan, man.
Hey, Gallup really had 15 targets, really.
I'm doing 1 and 1A because to me, CD's moving at a different speed than everybody on the football field. And it's like, why stop? I always say this, and I'm gonna shut up. If Steph could go for 30, let him go for 50. Why, dog? Why are we taking the ball out of his hands? He got to die on that field.
That's Dak, man. That's Dak ego right there.
But he got it, dog. He needs to have his own page in the playbook. They had Mike McCarthy's playbook on the screen. He need to have his own page. But nah, in all seriousness, y'all. One person I do want to see more of, especially attacking the middle of the field, will be Turpin. Now, Dak got to put the ball in spots because Turpin is a smaller target, but I do because he's fast. He's gonna run away from people. So that's my. But CD 1A and 1B. Everybody else, I don't care. CD 1A 1B.
How you watch Turpin do that against San Francisco, and then the next week he got 2 snaps?
That's what I'm saying too, though, Sky.
That's crazy work.
Look, like Gallup can't do nothing like that, right? Even if Gallup gets, let's just say Gallup gets 5 catches at the most, that's what 50 yards at most. Turpin, and look, I would love to know the answer.
He would have had that 50-yarder.
What's his average right now? What's Turpin's average? Because I know he'll get a jet sweep and go 40. He'll get a big catch and a touchdown versus San Fran, and that'll go for like 30 or 40. What's Turpin's average per target or touch or opportunity or something like that? It's
he got 6 targets, 5 receptions. so far for 51 yards, a touchdown. His passer rating when targeted is 141.7 at that, you know, and his rushing yards is 6 carries for 66. So yeah, he looking good.
The problem is, you know, they want to use Gallup as that, you know, not stretch the field, but he'll just run some 9 routes, right? Or he'll run quick slant. So there's really no in the middle. It's either we run deep and we throw it up, or you running the quick slant. And let's be honest, how many quick slants you seen Gallup just wide open when it's press coverage?
Oh, he ain't never wide open.
They
on him, bro. Like he's not really shaking at the line of scrimmage. So and that's why it goes back to versatility. And look, Gallup said this on the radio. Hey man, Tober might be he coming from my spot. He learned everything. He know how to do everything. He can play inside, outside. Guess who can't play inside and outside? You don't add versatility to this offense, man. And again, I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I'm just keeping it a bean. Watch what you're watching, and when Tober goes out there, watch what he's doing. He moving, he's motioning. He might motion and stay in line and delay release, catching it first down. Like Tober just put film out there that says, "Hey, get him the ball a little bit more."
The biggest thing he does, though, the reason Tober is one of the most valuable receivers on this team is he is, like we said earlier, the dirty work guy.
Yeah.
When we were loving what we were seeing out of CeeDee Lamb in the first 2 games, when you watch the film, it was Tober running guys off or running his routes in certain ways that he was making sure he was interfering with other guys with the defense and their ability to mirror CD. So Tober on the field gets other guys open. Him and Ferguson
gets
together
separation
on the field, get guys open, man. And then on top of that, when they do target him, Tober do his thing. So I feel like
he's a legitimate 4-4 guy. I don't know what Gallup is, but why not? Why not? Come on, Jerry. Come on, man. Hey, put Tober out there. Come on.
Yeah. Tober need to be.
I'm gonna tell you this right now on Twitter. I tweeted about 5 receivers earlier today because this receiver class, and I know this isn't draft talk, but it's loaded, absolutely, positively loaded.
Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question though, since you brought up the draft class.
Go ahead, Lo.
Is Marvin Harrison Jr. is really?
Hey, Law. I haven't graded a guy this good. He's not Randy Moss, but he the closest thing because he's so, bro. He's a true 6'4". He's a true 6'4", and he can run and he can break down. He's like, if you watch that Maryland game, bro, he took the game over. He caught a touchdown back to back. They called a penalty. They brought it back, and then he caught another touchdown. Like, he's just different, bro. He's different. Yeah, he is different. But he's not gonna be in our range.
He gonna be in
our
whole
range. Thing though. My whole thing about Cowboy criticism and management and all that. I don't want to pay nobody unless they like bona fide stud moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because if seniority is so important to this organization, front office, and coaching staff, I don't want nobody on the field that can't be pulled off. Right. And Michael Gallup just seems like a dude who ain't really doing his thing right now. Why can't we just pull him off? Is it because he's been here, because it's money, because it's seniority? I don't want to like that.
You go.
I don't like that on the team at all.
Jalen Tober can go and make a play. All right, Jalen Tober, come on back off of here. Michael Gallup, most of Dak's interceptions last year was off Gallup, and we'll go, yo, Gallup, what you doing? And some of the same shit this year, Gallup not running the route, Gallup not separating, and we ain't never getting the Gallup interview, Will, so whatever. But just I'm looking at Gallup, and I just me being raised off football, right? Like if you fucking up, you got to get out. You got to get out.
It's a meritocracy.
Somebody else will do the job for you. Now, if Micah Parsons missed a tackle, all right, Mike, I didn't see nothing. I'm Ray Charles now. Go back. But Gallup is Gallup has more seniority than talent right now, right? I don't never want to be in that situation.
That's real.
I don't want to be in that situation. If Tober drop a pass, they'll take him out and put Jalen Brooks in there because he's young and he ain't got seniority for real right now. I want that with I'm sick of these older characters that's just they just got too much
taking up space. That's what LVE was doing on the other side of the ball.
We don't talk about
before we
we're gonna talk about that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think what they need to do.
I think the team played bad, but he played good.
Yeah. I think what they need to do and not be scared to do it, honestly, because what are you really losing, in my opinion, is give Tober a shot in the sense of maybe it's a game, maybe it's a half, maybe it's a couple games to gain Dak's trust. Because here's the thing. The reason why he keeps going to Gallup is because he trusts him. Whether that's right or wrong, he trusts him.
I disagree.
He does. I mean, because when he get one-on-one coverage on one side, and you got
that he doesn't trust him. I'm just saying the other point you made is the reason he targets him. Because they put the worst corner, or they just put one guy on him.
I was just about to say
that's a smart read, but it's just the bad
I was just about to say, and they trust him because look, if that happened to be Tolbert, I guarantee you he wouldn't throw it over there like that, like on a quick slant. But he wouldn't because he say, I don't have the trust just yet. Now he's gaining that trust in him, and where I was getting at with this was, think about Miles Austin. I made a hot take earlier, but think about Miles Austin. Miles Austin had 5 receptions up until that big game against the Kansas City Chiefs with Tony Romo. Tony Romo wasn't throwing it on Miles Austin because he ain't trust Miles Austin yet, right? He had to gain that trust. What happened when he broke for 250?
Oh yeah,
Miles Austin went berserk the rest of the year and went to the Pro Bowl because he started becoming their guy. I'm not saying it's got to be that drastic, but let's just do it to a smaller scale. Cedric Wilson. Cedric Wilson wasn't a guy that was super targeted until he went out there against Seattle and had a couple big plays. And what happened after that? Ced became a reliable dude moving forward because he got the chance to do it. Give Tolbert the chance to gain Dak's trust so Dak can now make him a part of that group.
But see, that's why I said something different with Dak's personality than other quarterbacks, or maybe he's coaching,
spread that thing around.
Yeah, he really don't believe in the number one receiver because he's not the type like Peyton Manning gonna throw it to Harrison, man, or Reggie Wayne, or Dallas Clark. That's what he gonna do. You know what he about to do in certain situations. You know where the ball going. You know, he got his possession guy in Wayne. He had his big playmaker in Harrison, and then Dallas Clark was like the other security blanket, right? But Dak don't think that way. Dak, you'll see, and that's why you see guys like Turpin will make a big play. And why isn't Dak saying, "Give me that again this week"? Or who does he have carte blanche to do that? I don't know. But it just don't seem like he believes in feeding guys the ball. Like even when Cooper was here, Coop could have even been better than he was when he was here. But Dak wanted to spread the ball around, or he would have games where he just seemed like he wasn't targeting him like that. And and that's a trend with Dak. So that's just the way he is. Like
he's never going to that is definitely the way he is
15 times.
Then if that's the case, then Koye, management or coach got to be like, man, this motherfucker.
Dak, throw that motherfucker the ball.
Man, this motherfucker Dak finna throw that bit right at Gallup. Let me just take Gallup off.
they paid Michael Gallup $56 million.
Well, that's part of it too.
That's a mistake too, though. That's a mistake too. So listen, while we here, right? Should we not be paying hurt people? And look, this sounds obvious.
Hell no.
This sounds incredibly obvious. But should we give Tony Pollard franchise tag while he's having ankle surgery? Should we pay Michael Gallup while his knee ain't working? You know what I mean? Like, should this be a thing?
Of course, that you should have never paid Michael Gallup over Amari Cooper.
Over Cooper.
Man, come on, man.
Cooper. That damn shot was worth it.
I don't know what they's thinking.
Jerry, he like to shop at like the thrift store, man. Like he want everything that he can refurbish and rebuild. We always get somebody with a fused neck, fused knee, new eye, you know what I mean, police record, whatever it is. Like we get the damaged goods. You know, he'll pay them. He love those guys. You know, I'm tired of it.
Rough
Randy Gregory made me tired of it. I'm just tired of
it. Hey, so should we even entertain this though, y'all, about the Devontae Adams, the Jerry Jeudy situation?
Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
If Adams would come here, hell yeah.
What about Jerry Jeudy?
I think Adams will come. Are we gonna pay for him?
I mean, if you get rid of Gallup, you might be able to pay for him.
We're gonna draft.
That goes back to we're gonna draft. But that goes back to law point. Maybe they were trying to put him on display. I think they do want to move on from him. But I mean, listen,
that was a good point. I didn't think about the reason he got those 10 targets was because of that.
If it was 10 for 10, dog, it'd have been good.
I'm team draft, but I would give up 2 first-round picks for Devontae Adams. On this team, I give up 2 first-round picks because he's still that good, bro.
How old is
Devontae can go.
How old is he?
I tell you why I disagree because we ain't gonna throw it to him.
I'm about to say. Hold on. Stay right there, Voch, because that's the other thing too. Schottenheimer came out. I don't know if y'all caught this a couple weeks ago, but which I mean it's the West Coast. But he basically came out and said the offense is designed to, if it's open, you throw it. We're not really, if the first read's open, that's where it's going. You know, so they're not really out there saying, hey, we're spamming XYZ, unless it's part of the game plan. Week 2, where CeeDee Lamb got 13 targets. Well, this past week where CeeDee Lamb was getting spammed early on. But for the most part, this offense is about, you know, whoever is open at that moment. And if you go back and you look at the Green Bay Packers' whole history with Mike McCarthy, the reason why they were able to turn over so many wide receivers was for that exact reason. They never until Devontae Adams became Devontae Adams with Aaron Rodgers. Go watch. It was a recycling dudes of Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, Donald Driver, James Jones, but because they all were part of it at the same time in a way. And then the next person, okay, we ship out Greg Jennings. Here you go, Jordy. Jordy's time is running out. Here you go, Devontae. Devontae's time is running out. Here you go. And they just kept doing that because it was a part of that offense. So that's why I think if you take Gallup out,
Gallup worse than all of them. So
you put Tolbert in there. I don't think you're really complaining about because Tolbert will be productive with it. We know what Cooks can do. Lamb finally got back part of the damn offense, but I don't feel like Lamb is going to get completely ignored from a game plan standpoint. It's Cooks. Yeah. They don't know how to use Cooks right now, and that's something that we got to figure out. But I think
Mike don't know how to use Cooks. I think Schottenheimer know exactly how to use Cooks.
He do because he had Lockett.
Because he had Lockett.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy has no clue what to do with Cooks.
No, he don't.
Deep overs, your drags,
end rounds. Come on. No, I was just about literally the touchdown play. You can run Cooks on those all game. These guys can't run with him.
Same you do with Turpin, you can do with Cooks.
Hell yeah, I put both of them. It should be 9 routes at least 4 times a game,
bro. Deep
Turpin.
Overs.
Yeah, deep overs too. You know,
fam. Kellen Moore said, "I'm spamming the deep overs in that game. I'd have did the same damn thing. Just spam Brandon Cooks with deep overs all game."
Yeah.
How about this, fellas? So when I was making my list for this, for this little game that we're doing, it wasn't all negatives. So let me ask y'all this: Fusty King, what's up with where you at with Oso Digizua?
Oh man, he playing big time football,
ain't he?
He going a little crazy right now.
Yeah, when you got a 3-tech getting tackles for losses, taking the football from the quarterback, Osa, he earned this from a 3rd round pick. He earned this, bro, and you're gonna have to pay that dude. You gonna have to pay him. Now what? I don't know.
He doing this. He going up. He going
up. Hey, Voch.
He's still getting better.
He's going up, like to the point to where it's like, man, like I just don't see. And we knew this with Mozzie. A 1-tech isn't going to make the splash plays. So for everybody who always sends me to Mozzie's a bust, blah blah blah, he's not a bust. He's a 1-tech. You gotta let's talk football. But back to Osa, he's playing great football. Voch. I got nothing else to say. He's locked.
Osa, I was watching him, man, and just for a huge human, like his suddenness, like he's a sudden big dude. He's violent, and Dan love that violent shit. And I was watching the Chargers game. Will Clapp, before he could even take his right, like he was down blocking on Osa, and he blew up a counter, made a tackle on the running back. Before Will could even step, Osa's back was to him. You know what I'm saying? Just coming off the ball with so much violence and great vengeance. And just watching Osa, you can tell he's not really where he's at yet. Because he's a wild man still, right? Like he has these superpowers that he's using, but he really hadn't toned them in. He's really just going out there whooping ass for real, right? Yeah. Once he learns how to slow that down a little bit, Osa about to go crazy. Koye, where you at with Oso Digizua?
I love him, man. I feel like a lot of the things that Osa's doing is impressive, but I still feel like we don't use him the right way, though. I think we can move Osa around too because of Osa's size. Osa can move up and down the line the same way we had Tyrone Crawford going up and down the line. I think you get more out of him that way, especially on those rundowns where you want to be stout. I don't mind kicking Osa out to the edge on running situations or early downs. I think Osa is a guy that has enough burst, and his get off is crazy. He could do stuff from everywhere, man. So I think he could do more. But I love what we're doing with him right now. I love what he's doing anyway, but I don't like how we're using him. So
Man, what was that kid name that played for the Seattle Seahawks named Bennett? What was his name?
Michael Bennett.
Michael Bennett. Yeah, Michael.
Just like that. That's who
just like that. He could use him. He could use him just like that. Inside, outside, man. Osa,
so much with him.
Hell yeah, man. Oh my goodness, man. Osa last year had 4 sacks, right? He already got 3. Last year, he had like 22 or 23 solo tackles. The dude already had 15, 16 solo tackles. So he's increasing all of his production level, and he's about to get paid like one of those interior 3-techs, man. If he continue to keep this up, and his hurries are up. I mean, like you said, he got the ability to play outside and inside. And when you look back at the film, first thing people will say, hey, man, can he stop the run? Can you stop the run?
Hell yeah.
You turn on the tape. you see that nobody's running in the A gap or B gap.
Nobody
on the
running in the
Cowboys.
middle of the
All
field
the
against
runs
us,
are coming from C, on the outside, I meant to say. So, hey, this team.
That's why I say you kick him out there. That's crazy.
I think you'd be surprised though how much he's been out there though, Corey. I don't know how you want to do it too much, and I'll get to my. Gotta get to it. Yeah, he's got almost 60 snaps on the end in 6 games. So whether it's left end or right end.
But they do a lot of gap exchanges with him out there. They do a lot of stunts.
So I was just about to say, Voch, the reason they'll put him out there and they love to run these gap exchanges and the stunts. And from what I heard from Coach AD is that a lot of, because we stunt a lot, and I always wonder why the hell we stunt so much. It sometimes gets into trouble. Well, they actually make that call sometimes. Coach Aiden Durde, the players make the call to do the stunt, so they have because I'm not. You know what? Sometimes I'm okay with that because they understand how a person is playing them. So they might understand if I'm lining up here at right end, he's going to cheat this way, Micah. So if you just stunt inside, I'll loop around, boom, or you loop around and you got a straight shot to the. So I'm okay with them doing that from time to time. But here's why I want him to kind of more so focus on 3-tech and honestly, I would less start the stunt stuff. Let him wreck shit in the middle. Grady Jarrett, Warren Sapp, I'm not calling these dudes, Aaron Donald. Like all these dudes is nice enough to where they could have moved around. That's cool. Yeah. But what's the best way to the quarterback?
The middle.
There's nobody on the team that can do that as good as him. And honestly, right now, the way he's playing, there's probably only a handful doing it better, right now in the league. And we haven't had that disruptor since a guy like Jay Ratliff. So I would love for him to continue to be that Grady Jarrett of this. I think he could be better than Grady, but that Grady Jarrett of this defense, because if he does that, you have nowhere to go now. Michael Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, and now Osa wrecking shop in the middle. But I feel you, Corey. I don't mind mixing it up. I just don't want him. I don't want to do too much.
I don't mind. I mean, just the only pushback on that is like when it comes to pass rush, you're right. The A gap control it, right? The only reason I say kick him out to the edge is because of where they're running. They run opposite D-Law, and we don't have. And we have Micah setting the edge now.
Hey man, we got a pause on that one, man. I said, God, no. Let me hold myself.
Hold on, wait, time out. Zach got his own soundtrack. Hold on, wait.
Take care of y'all bodies.
God damn, that's what y'all talking about.
What the hell Zach said? He says, "Hey, Voch, look,
I'm gonna finish this off
this around next month or whatever." Hey, let me see what he said.
Zach, we about to do an essay on this chat. Don't worry about it. Hey, Zach, you about to get an essay. Bro.
Everybody, quiet. Put the music on. Put Marcus Hardin some music on for this, guys.
Zach got OnlyFans popping over there.
I do not. Hold on.
That's a wild boy. That's crazy work, Okoye.
Right.
Zach Golston says, sorry, Marcus Hardin. Zach Golston says, "Hey, Voch. Hey, Voch." That's what he said. Love around the table. Love the round table. We need to shore up a lot of things on both sides of the ball during this bye week. I have to believe Big Mike will see his basic female dog play calling it his basic female dog playing as one call out move won't work moving. Okay, I got you. His bitch ass play calling moving forward. I got you. Best game called all season was by Dak in the preseason. Yeah.
Why he go down?
Oh man, Zach Golston going a little crazy.
He paid $500 to he chose violence.
Hold up though.
He chose violence. And that's ain't that Mexican money. That MXN 300. That's that real 500.
Zach Golston.
Stop the press. Shouts out to Hack 1984. He dropped 5-2. He said, "Durag guy spitting in the building." Salute to you, sir.
Durag to you, man. Hey, look, all these super chats important, y'all. All these super chats. I appreciate.
I got you, Hack.
all these super chats important. What was we saying? We can leave now, Scott.
I don't even know.
hey, do me a huge favor, man. Let that be trending. Durag Sky, because he producing the hell out of this show, y'all.
I'm chilling.
Durag Sky, man. Y'all tweet that out, man. Come on.
Oh, wow, man.
Man, Zach Ghost, we appreciate you. If we can get back focused, because shit like that derail the whole show.
I was like, what the fuck?
Lordy. I agree with Scott, right? I don't really want Osa outside too much because I think we got dudes that need to improve their own outside stuff, right? I want Osa to
do though?
Sorry?
Would you kick would you kick Chauncey out there then, like on those, because we still got to shore up the run
Chauncey,
on the edge, and I don't want Micah setting the edge only.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like Micah setting the edge is crazy to me because it's a good play, but his natural instinct is to go get it, and you gotta, and when you setting the edge, you gotta be patient and calm.
Is that what
I don't want
Chauncey's
him
here
doing
for?
that.
Yeah. Chauncey, you know, Chauncey
Chauncey,
and Sam supposed to be, you know, supposed to be doing that. And honestly, I don't think that we have so much issue stopping the run that we got to move Osa around. I just think Osa is just. I love Osa so much, and because look, watch this, right? Foster King, you know, when we watch a lot of draft dudes, you know, like the best player on their team would be like some 3-tech, but they'll play him at 5 sometimes. But those dudes a lot less bendy outside because, you know, bending outside is different than, you know, tearing up shit at 3. You know,
they did it with
like Deron Payne and stuff like that. Deron Payne, Jonathan, all them Bama guys, when they was in Bama, they played a bunch of 5-tech, and it wasn't the same. And I would always say, hey, put these dudes at 3-tech and let them fly because they tear up shit in the middle. The first thing I said when we was talking about whoever was talking about Osa, whatever, Will Clapp couldn't down block on him, and that's somebody that was in front of him. If Osa's here at it was like 3-tech, Will Clapp was on his shoulder and he couldn't touch him because he was so quick, and it tore it up on the inside. So I just think Osa is mastering 3-tech, just like D-Law mastered his edge. If we got to draft and acquire somebody, we just need somebody to just do their damn job. Osa's ridiculous. Osa, in my mind, he got that Jeffrey Simmons, Jeffrey, Simmons.
Yeah, he do. Hell State.
Yeah, Tennessee. He got that same kind of thing in him, right? So I just want Osa to be a dominant 3-tech guy. Plus, we see this with Mike all the time. When you on the edge, there's a lot of help out there on the edge. If you whooping Will Clapp, you just whoop Will Clapp. Where's the next work? Where's the ball now? Right? You know what I'm saying? And especially with Osa, if Mike is if he's taking up triple teams, Osa's always getting a one-on-one.
Oh, he gonna kill.
And if that's what we're doing in B gap, because Hankins is tearing up A gap, I'm leaving Osa right where he at.
You won that one. Yeah, that actually.
I can't. I'm not gonna fight you at all, bro.
Man, I ain't gonna fight that either.
Yeah. That was
because somebody else can do it though. You're right. Somebody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
How about this? Since we doing this, Foots, hold your point. Since we doing, somebody else got to do it. Foots, where you at with DeGarrick Samuel Williams? Where you at with him? Since somebody got to do it, where you at with him? Since somebody got to step up.
To be honest with y'all, I'm not gonna say I'm good on him.
He need to be freed.
He need to be free, but like Sam got to stop this crybaby.
That's sarcasm,
BS, bro.
Yeah,
like, he got it. Like his mindset really threw me off because it's like, bro, you in trouble in the offseason. You can tell that you're not playing your assignment correctly.
That turf toe.
You setting the edge, you flying upfield, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And so then you get on Twitter. Like I hate when these guys go to Twitter about football stuff.
My God!
Because at the end of the day, like, bro. It's okay. Your time is gonna come. Knock on wood. There may be an injury. We're gonna need you, bro. But like, stay locked in. What Cooks did last week, Sky, was so real to me. He said, "Dog, I'm not." And he's a vet. I'm not gonna let y'all turn me against Dak. I'm gonna trust the process. I'm good. Yeah. Sam, you taking the bait. These Twitter followers don't love you, and you're not playing good football. That's the facts. Yeah. And so this was part of his. This was part of his MO at Ole Miss. Voch.
Yeah.
Really high, really low.
Yeah,
really good potential. Do what he want to do at times. So that's me. I'm not gonna say he's a bust. He's not a bust.
He's just a bonehead. He's not a bust.
Yeah, he's not a bust.
You gotta limit him because he's a wild card.
Go ahead.
There you go, right there, Coy. That's the best way.
Best way to say it. Yeah.
I think he's he's a crazy talent. I love Sam Williams. I like his talent. But again, like Fush just said, you causing too much ruckus off the field on top of that, and then coming in not focused. I'm a guy that like talent is great, but bleeding blue and being tuned in is more important to me. Like I like the guy that knows what he's doing mentally, cerebrally, knows where he needs to be, but then has the talent to come with it, not just the talent. And especially when you're hurting the team, getting penalties. And it goes all the way back to that free fall he had in preseason. He had the free fall. Yeah. You see, he jumped up to go hit a guy, Hoffman, I think, in the back, and then Biadasz laid him out, and then you got the team going at it, and then he goes at it again when Micah got into a fight. He jumps back in it and gets into a fight again, and I'm like, and then he carries that type of attitude to the season. You can you gotta Randy Gregory would do that type of shit too, but you got to be able to like Voch said, you gotta calm the hell down sometimes and hone in. Like you can't be all wild. I like wild, but you gotta be controlled aggression, and he don't seem to get that. he thinks that he out there, doing his own thing, and he's in his own way. So I like the talent, but he plays like a bonehead sometimes.
If Sam had 14 snaps, and that shit ended up being 4 pressures, maybe got a tackle for a loss, and maybe a body slam, and in the next game, all he got is just 14 snaps, then that'll make sense. Sam really ain't done shit since he been out there, right?
Bro,
so
he hasn't.
If anything, free guys like Turpin and Tolbert, free them because they can play. Like free some of these, like free Wanye some more. Like
Sure.
Like free Marquise Bell, free those guys because when they on the field, they make
Chauncey.
plays.
It's a crowded room where we at.
Yes,
it's a crowded room where we at because you got a Dorrance, you got Dante Fowler, you got
Dorrance
those
can
boys.
go.
on the edge.
You gotta do. Because look,
Dorrance can go.
Dante Fowler don't get a whole bunch of reps, but I noticed him chasing Mac Jones, causing a fumble and shit. So you just got to do what you got to do with your reps, and then as you tear shit up, we'll free you. What has Sam done? Sam ain't body slam a soul this year. And look, this coming from somebody that was hyping up Sam, that was talking shit about Jalen Tolbert, about Turpin. I was talking shit about Turpin, and I was hyping Sam. Sam need to sit down somewhere, and Turpin need more reps. That's real shit.
Is he tradable at this point?
I don't even want to trade him because we need him if he could play.
He's a second round pick with talent, but he's playing selfishly. He's if you go out there and you look at these guys on the defensive line in general, aside from that Cardinals game, because that Cardinals game was weird. It felt like it was a lot of hero ball. We talked about that a lot. Right. Yeah. But if you watch, man, everybody's doing their job for the most part. Even Dante Fowler. Did you see Dante Fowler crying? Dante Fowler is better than you, Sam. Like, I like Sam. Look, I am a Sam Williams fan. I thought I am disappointed. I thought Sam Williams was going to have like 10 sacks or whatever. But let's not get it twisted. Dante Fowler might be your third best pass rusher on this team in regards to just pure pass rushing skill. Like he can do that. But Dante not getting 25, 30 snaps a game. But when he get in there, guess what he doing? What you said, Voch?
Make noise.
Making noise. He's making the most of it.
He on the field.
Because he's doing his job. Sam is trying to make noise, but while he's making noise, is really just white noise, right? Like you can't be out there playing selfish football, because once you do that, you leaving the other 10 dudes out to dry. And guess what? Coaches see that. Why you think your numbers is decreasing, bro? It's the film don't lie, man. You're out there playing for one, not for everybody else. And if you can't do that, he's got to learn that. So when he says free me, he wants to be let loose to do his own thing. You ain't Charles Haley yet. You just Charles Haley crazy, but you ain't Charles Haley on the field.
And two perspectives right here.
Let's go, Scott.
Fowler got 11 pressures, 8 hurries, two hits, as well as 1 sack, 1 forced fumble out of 103 snaps. Sam got 114 snaps with actual 1 sack.
Oh, there you go.
And 6 pressures. You see what I'm saying? So his numbers is decreased, and you get more out of Fowler to my guy Skywalker Steele's point there. So you're right on the money with it. Fowler's doing less with more.
Friend. Especially when I'll say this. One last point, then we are moving on. Last game, Tyrus Wheat. Mississippi State, the undrafted guy. He only had like single digit reps or whatever, but his very first play,
man, nice play.
He got it, and he made a play.
Hey.
They took his ass out because mismatches.
Well, why the hell you get Tyrus Wheat on Keenan Allen, bro?
I'm like, he was going after that too.
That's what good offense coordinators do. However, his very first play in the game, he went out there and he was very disciplined versus the counter, blew up the counter, and he made a play on the ball. If you want more reps, do shit like that. And don't go out and tweet. And look, we'll never get the Sam Williams interview at this point. He gonna be in Jacksonville if he keep tweeting anyway, so it don't matter. But Sam, we need you to be better so we can unlock Micah for real. That's really what this is.
It's such a, and this was my problem.
If Sam Williams was better, you're right. Micah can move around and do more.
This is my problem. I really get tired of the woe is me stuff with some of these guys. Like, listen, you in the league, dog. This is it. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, all this free me, these folks don't care about you, bruh. You got to go out there and play good football. We just named 3-4 guys who don't even get the same amount of reps as you that's playing better. So let's stop with the second round pick. They don't care about that. Dallas is gonna play who's earned it. They did it with Bland, and Bland jumped who's our guy who got traded and they to Miami. Whoever's playing good, Kelvin Joseph and Deshaun Wright, he jumped both of them because he's better. They don't care where they get you at, where they draft you at. That's how they're gonna play.
That's fact.
This is not a TMZ law.
Wanye though.
TMZ law, but
Wanye ain't jumping nobody, and he.
Hold on. I got a thought about
Go ahead, Law.
Is that a shade a little bit at Michael Parsons? Because when they said he was going to get more linebacker play, that's when he said, "Hey, free me." Is that a shade at Michael Parsons?
Parsons has earned the right.
I was about to hold on. Hey,
because
listen,
people like say
Mike can tweet. He could do a podcast. He could do. Hey, what Mike Irvin
doing the podcast.
Hey, what Jimmy Johnson said?
What Jimmy said?
It's different. It's different. Hey, Sam, you can't quite do. You see him? He can show up a little late. You better be on time.
You better be on time. Yeah.
Mr. King, let me ask you a question, sir. Would you trade Sam Williams? First, would you trade Sam Williams a first and a third for Pat Surtain? You can go.
What?
Yep.
I would give him my right arm for Surtain.
I would
You be the only one.
Hey, listen, you get Pat Surtain on this defense, you could just pencil us in. I'm telling you, he is real, man. But I would, yeah. To answer your question, yeah.
Okay, I got you. Who haven't
I give him more. League? I say that. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't give y'all enough.
You said give him more.
I'll give y'all some more.
Give him Gallup. Give him Gallup.
But people that I've actually talked to who are close to the Broncos, they're not moving.
No, they not.
So it's all.
If they lose this weekend, badly, they can change their mind. Let them lose this weekend by 30 points.
That plays into what Peyton probably is like. Cool. I got a Russell out. Now I don't know what the cap hit is going to be on that because they gave him a bunch of money. Sky does the finances. I don't know that, but they got a Russell out. They could draft their Q. So I don't think they can rebuild. But I don't see them giving up. That'd be like us giving up Micah, even though we losing every game. Like we just not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, we don't trade nobody.
Surtain is a staple on the defense that they can build around. They're not going to give it to him.
A corner's too hard to find, bro. We see what our boy in.
What about Boston Simmons over there? He kind of done.
They might give it to Simmons though.
They might give it Simmons.
I think they just brought him in though.
No, Justin Simmons.
Justin Simmons. Yeah, I think they just brought him in.
No, he's been there. He got a bag or whatever. But
that's right. They paid him. That's a fact, Scott. I'm thinking that's somebody else. Oh boy, that was safety.
Let me ask y'all this: y'all watch offensive line every week, just like me. Mm-hmm. Y'all trying to run 71 out there a little bit more and maybe take somebody else out?
Now, come on, Voch.
Who you gonna take out,
Voch?
I don't know. Y'all just want to run Chuma.
Voch started shit today. Y'all
want to run Chuma Doug out there?
Hey, this is unnecessarily messy here.
It's a good one.
No, it ain't. This ain't even a debate.
Hey, Voch, the O-line guy though, Scott.
And left tackle
about it.
Why you think left tackle the problem though?
I'm not saying nothing to Corey. I'm just saying, hey, did y'all feel better?
Yo,
Chuma
started rioting in the lunchroom in high school.
I'm just saying, Koye, listen, what I'm saying, Koye, and I ain't saying nothing. All I'm saying is,
but I ain't saying nothing.
How many times did we say, hey, man, Chuma Doga did all right there? And how many times we go, damn, Tyron, you can't do that? I'm just asking how many questions. I just wanted to ask.
Hey, that first rep, Khalil Mack walked him in the back.
There was one where he dipped the shoulder on Tyron and had Tyron looking at dirt, bro.
But
stop it.
Listen, I do not have an opinion. I just wonder if Tuli Tuipulotu would have whooped Chuma Doga like that. I just got questions.
Stop it. Stop. Hey, what Brian Broader say? You judge all 65, not 2 out of the 65. Stop it.
But what y'all think about 71, man? Chuma,
I'm just saying if he could play right tackle, then that's a different story.
You trying to put
where's the button now?
I think Steele is having a bad year
right now.
Boy, Wilson hit that button. Koye, you saying Terrence Steele looking kind of shaky out there? What are you saying?
It's going to take a year before he feels sturdy on it. I don't think he feel right, man, because he's not playing like he was a violent character, especially in the run situations. He's not doing either right now. He's not pass blocking well.
That's kind
of and in the run,
I'll be real, because he's definitely still
not
working
guys
his way
off
back.
the ball the way he was, man. So, I mean, maybe this year he need a red shirt. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Hey, to your point right there, all of last year, Terrence Steele only allowed 1 sack, right? And this year, and he didn't have that many penalties. He's already got 5 penalties.
He got penalties.
He allowed 2 sacks this year, as well as giving up 15 pressures. And all of last year, he only allowed about 20 pressures. So he's on a slower progression or a slower start than what he was.
I'm more worried about.
I think that they rushed him out there a little too soon, but I don't blame him. He's still playing better than what we had last year. Whoever rotated in at that right tackle, by the way, he playing better than that dude.
I said something about them paying hurt players, right? He got a goddamn point, man. He got a point.
Man.
But this,
are you saying Terrence Steele?
Your D out, they gonna pay the shit out of you, man.
This is what they do.
Terrence Steele, Michael Gallup, and who else we said? Are you saying all of them in the same category?
No.
I think Terrence Steele is like a half step. He's not a full step. He's a half step. Him and TP half steps.
So y'all nervous about Diggs coming back on the ACL and just getting his money? Y'all nervous about Diggs?
I want people to judge.
Well, he got paid before that.
I want y'all to keep it a buck about these hurt players. That's what I want y'all to do.
He got paid before. He got paid before he got hurt, though.
He's a vision player. I think Diggs, even if he lost a half a step in 2024, which I think he's still going to give you some serviceable reps. He might look like Gilly look right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, not great, but good. But 2025 is when, like you said, I will start judging Diggs. But I think Diggs will give you quality football play next year. But he not going quite because corner is not as physical as receiver, so to speak. Like receiver, you get in. So I think Gallup's knee is probably a little bit more effective or affecting his game more than it is going to affect Diggs when he comes back on that first year. You know what I mean? Because Diggs is a vision player anyway, and I don't think
what's weird though, Corey. So you talking about defense, which is the best thing on the team. But defense. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Gilly is about a step and a half slower than what
these half steps on.
He ain't 5 steps yet. We ain't gonna go to Cisco, but he at least. Hey, I don't want him in zone though. In zone, man, he's kind of like on crossing routes, deep crossing.
Yeah, he need to be in press man only.
But press, he got you on vertical routes. He got you.
Sure. Let me tell you something right now. These deep overs, bro, is one of the toughest routes for these dudes to deal with.
It is.
But yeah, I agree.
It's a foot race.
Yeah, it's a race, exactly.
Both of them struggled.
So Foots, you ain't never just looked at Chuma Dog and said, man, Chuma did all right.
He went back to the dog.
Hold on, don't let Voch do this. Voch, who you putting Chuma Dog in for?
I don't know. I'm just asking y'all.
Now I'm asking you. Who you putting Chuma Dog in for?
I'm putting Chuma Doga at left guard, and I'm putting 73 at left tackle.
So you benching Tyron.
Oh, so now
you gonna put Tyron at right tackle?
Voch, I'm not gonna let you get away with that.
He said no.
Y'all,
me and you have fist fight over Tyler at left tackle. Now you backpedaling. He backpedaling like Gilly.
What's the king? This is my thing, right? This look, this is my whole thing. We were in the Patreon, right? And look, Will was in there with me. And I was like, okay, Tyron versus Mac or whatever. Cool, Khalil Mack. And then he beat the shit out of him. And I was like, okay, Khalil Mack. That ain't Khalil Mack. That's Tula Tuipulotu. Tuli nice him again. And I'm like, why is Tyron Smith struggling with Tula Tuipulotu? And then Tyron finally whooped Tuipulotu like he's supposed to. I'm like, do that every time. Then the very next play, Tula came out there and whooped Tyron again. So I need to see a couple more games from Tyron, just to kind of see where he at. But at least when Chuma was out there, we survived a lit taste. I seen Tyron get tossed around a little bit. You know what I mean?
Bro, you act like you ain't see Chuma get whooped as well. Stop it, Voch.
What'd you say, Scott?
You act like you ain't see Chuma get whooped as well, man. We just grading Chuma on the curve because he's Chuma. You holding Tyron Smith to 2016 Tyron Smith. He ain't that anymore, man. He's not even remotely close to Tyron Smith right now, bro. 68, not 6-8. I'm not benching. I'm not letting you get away with this. I'm not benching Tyron for no damn Chuma Dunk.
I'm trying to draft the left tackle next year, Will.
I am too. But I ain't trying to put Chuma Doga in there to start over Tyron Smith. 2 different conversations.
I said that's not my opinion, Scott.
But you lost this round.
I was asking y'all. I just want to know.
Let me ask you a draft question from last year or from this year. How much did we miss out on DeJuan Jones?
Oh, don't get Voch started.
Don't tell me nothing about no goddamn DeJuan Jones. Don't tell me nothing about DeJuan Jones.
Press the button. Press the button, Voch. The sad music.
Listen, man. What I got there?
That one.
Listen, Law Nation. Listen, Law Nation. Everybody tagging me about some damn Osiris Torrance. Osiris can have 1 play in 5 games, and they'll tag me. Look at Voch. DeJuan Jones has been praised since preseason game 1.
Right.
That's one of them guys. If we had DeJuan Jones in the house, I'd be doing all kind of happy dances. We wouldn't have this problem.
You wouldn't have paid Terrence Steele, huh?
Where are you putting DeJuan at though? That's the only thing.
What do you?
You wouldn't have paid Terrence. You're right, Law. That's the one.
Keeping it a buck, I would have put DeJuan at right tackle, and whatever money we would have with Terrence, I put that somewhere else.
Terrence.
I would put DeJuan Jones at right tackle.
Yeah, he's a mountain,
putting
man.
Terrence Steele at guard. Remember that?
Man, that was some crazy.
No, goddamn God.
Man, DeJuan Jones looking good though, man. God, dog, boy.
You know the crazy thing about DeJuan Jones, Law. It's like, bro, he really is a center. Like he's a center.
He
like,
beat
bro,
the hell out of that Bosa kid.
Hey,
That's how he beat Bosa down. Beat the brakes out of him, didn't he?
But they also had a good plan. Like they would chip Bosa at times, and it was like, hey, DeJuan.
Hey, Voch, I peeked in the chat. Somebody said Chuma Edoga gonna be on the show next week. That's why. I ain't know that. He ain't let me know that. My bad.
Anyway.
Chuma Edoga.
Anyway, I mean, I'm not sure. So Scott,
we got the Chuma Edoga interview, huh?
So Scott, since I just asked everybody except you wouldn't consider adding Chuma Edoga at no point.
I like Chuma. Here's the thing. I said this morning. I've gained a lot more confidence in our depth guys.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I came into the season scared as hell.
Bass.
You know what I'm saying? But, Bass, Awesome, Chuma, they gave me some confidence that they could hold it down for a game. But for 10, 15, like I
even Hoffman.
Really trying to, Hoffman, I ain't really trying to see Chuma for no 10 games. No, I'm good.
No.
Tune in next Wednesday, Chuma Edoga.
Think about it. When Chuma was in there, they didn't even want to run to the outside. They said, no more pitches. This dude can't get outside. Think about that. When Tyra got in, they start running pitches to the outside. So I think he hurts your offense more than he's going to help it, but he helps at least you get by when you need him for a game or two.
Serious question though. In the event that code 77 happens, what's your new configuration? Just in case. Oh, wow. That's what we call it.
We call it code 77.
Because we don't want to say it out loud. We don't want to say it out loud, so we just call it code 77.
Code 77. What's your plan? Knock on wood.
I want to go back to Tyler. If it's long term, Tyler outside. If it's short term, I'm okay with Chuma. If it's short,
I'm done with Tyler outside. Tyler got bad feet. I like him at guard. I think he'll be a good left tackle, but he's a great guard. I like him at guard because he's not a guy that can get out, and move like Tyron can. I think you.
Gavin Dawson said he ain't good though, Koya.
You start the.
He said
I
that
think
dude's
if
name.
that happens, you start the progression and the learning curve of Austin Riches right now. Because I think he has the best feet out of that group as far as the person who can come in and move. You know what I mean?
At least
like Tyron. Yeah.
So you said next week we got to draft a tackle.
I've actually come around to the fact that Tyler can be a multiple Pro Bowl.
I like Awesome.
I've come around and he's a multiple Pro Bowl guard. Like once he
look at that.
I was
That's
fighting that
called
for the longest
growth foots
time.
because you definitely.
It's crazy. Me and Voch flipped. What's going on, Voch?
I ain't flipped shit.
Tyler's
a guard. What I ain't flipped nothing.
You are crazy. You just want to put him at tackle.
No, Tyron
he can do it, but you could do that with Zach Martin if you wanted to, but that don't mean he's supposed to be over there.
Koye's idea is interesting because I was just about to be like the reason why I would move Tyler to left tackle is because your playbook does open up a bit. You can do those athletic things with Tyler, like the pulls and the pitches, get him outside. They just weren't doing that with Chuma. They would pull Chuma tight, right? They'll bring the tight end down and they'll have Chuma pull it around. But Tyron, they're getting on the outside, saying get in space and get on somebody. But Awesome can do that.
Yeah, Awesome.
So that's interesting. I think I kind of agree with that a little bit there. Depending on where you
might have to help him though. You might have to chip a lot on his side if it happened, but he still. I think you would start that and just let him get his growing pains out. He's gonna give up a couple, but let him get his growing pains out this year if that happens.
And Koya, to your point, I would like to know who Awesome Riches is right now.
Yeah, we don't know.
Because when it's time to go into the draft, he is a 5th round pick at the end of the day. So if we have an opportunity to draft the 1st round guy,
you're not passing on that. No.
You're not passing on that unless Awesome steps in and shows you some killer shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, so we need to find our confidence in Awesome Riches right now.
But they're not gonna do it, bro.
Find it that bad because you don't want him hurt. You don't want Tyron out for you to find out.
They're not gonna do it though because we've seen what they're gonna do. They're gonna roll with Chuma.
they'll roll with Chuma. But I would just like to know who also, because look, we have a feeling who TJ Bass is. TJ is not stopping you from drafting a top tier guard right now. We know, even though I trust TJ and there's growth there, but if I can find a gangster at guard, I'm taking him. I need to know exactly who Awesome is at left tackle so I can know how to move forward. So fair point. Let's see.
Let's keep it going, man.
What time is it? We good to go.
I didn't know what time it was.
One more. Law Nation, where you at on this Marquise Bell character? And wait, part two, Law, and just for everybody, right, and the audience, tell me this, Law, where are you at on this Marquise Bell character, and what is the future of linebacker look like for you, for Law Nation?
Oh my goodness! It's going to be a draft pick for sure.
Before you answer, what you mean? Okay, you mean future, like not this season, future.
Not this season, but what does it look like next year?
All right, go ahead.
Well, if Marquise Bell continue to play that, he's playing downhill, making impactful plays, shutting down passing lanes. I like that. And the team looked like they played better without number 55 out there. No shade upon him, but I like that aggressive approach because he didn't wait to see hole. He hit hole, right? And on top of that, we all know it's slow until you know, but I like the mindset of shooting through the gap.
It's crazy.
Yes, it is.
It's crazy.
That's true.
Slow feet don't eat, though. You got to beat your feet and go through there. So I like what Bell is doing without hesitation, and he's shooting through gaps and he's making plays. So the future of the linebacker room is they about to make linebacker play more aggressive since, another guy left the team. And I'm thinking that when they're going to bring up Razor Evans, Rashawn Evans, is going to be the same type of pedigree. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for us to go back because now the mindset is going to be downhill. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to attack mode. So the future linebacker room of this team is going to be nice. We might start fading away from Big Nickel.
Will Steele, do you think that Van Der Esch politics, just like these other positions, right? Do you think Van Der Esch politics is going to get in the way of the Marquise Bell emergence?
Why Pip?
Like if he comes back,
yeah,
I think they're going to throw him back in there. They have a crazy trust with him. I mean, he's proven that he's trustworthy in the sense of getting guys in order and being a green dot guy and call the plays and things like that. So they just trust him. So I think they're going to put him back in there. But Bell, I think Bell's it's crazy because he's only been linebacker 2 months or something like that.
Right.
I don't think he's going to play that full time though. I think he's just been put there because of what happened at the position with DeMarvion and Overshown. I think Overshown is going to be the part of your future.
Took my point.
My bad, Foots, and I won't go in on him, but I'll just say this. Overshown, and then I feel like right now, and look, I'm a big Damone Clark fan, but he just ain't popped enough. He had a good game too last game, but he ain't popped enough, and I don't think he's a middle linebacker, right? So if he's not middle linebacker and he's a will, I feel like that's Overshown's role. So I feel like, and we did this before the draft, linebacker was my top need.
Right.
It was one of my top needs was linebacker.
We got one. We got Overshown. He just got hurt.
But Overshown's one. I wanted a guy in the middle of that defense, and I didn't want it to be LV. Once LV got signed back, I was like, okay, but he ain't the future, right? Like
they act like it.
They act like it, but he ain't. It's signed for like $3 million or something like that. So
2 years though.
Yeah, for like 3 total. Like so, it's not like
shit.
Ain't nobody want it. But it was more value to you than them. Right. So I love what Bell brings from a mentality standpoint, from a downhill standpoint. You have to keep it clean though. That's the problem. Like sifting through trash, dealing with guards is not his game because he a 205, bro.
He 205,
No, he's not though. He 218.
He's a true 218.
Ain't no true.
They said they got him listed at 218.
When you see him in real life, come on, man.
That dude's a safety built, bro.
His shoulder pads a little heavier,
and you lose weight during the season sometimes too. But he Ron Kurtz role if they're gonna keep that role moving forward.
He need peanut butter, man.
He said he need peanut butter, man.
Yeah, he need that Voch peanut butter, man. Next year he gonna be better at that spot. But Scott, do we have the patience though? Because that's the same thing that Jabril Cox, he flashed to us and then he got hurt.
He ain't flashed like that.
He didn't have no patience.
He flashed like that.
Jabril Cox was living off of draft height.
Never, man.
Brill
in preseason.
He flashed.
Brill in preseason was playing well, man. He looked good in preseason.
He ain't flashed like that though.
Like Overshawn, like Overshawn and Jabril.
No, I'm talking about like Bell was flashed during the
Bell
season.
just did in the last game, yeah.
First game.
I'm talking about Overshawn.
First game.
Bell has
Overshawn. Listen.
Oh, Overshawn. Okay. I thought you said.
Oh, let me tell you something. Overshawn, he flashed on my screen so crazy, like. He was another one that was moving at a different speed than everybody. So I remember me and Sky were talking about Clark, and he was right. He called me on. He said, "Fuss, you like Clark," and I did like Clark, especially coming out of LSU. I think he's playing to protect his neck. He doesn't finish tackles a certain way. He doesn't come downhill a certain way. One thing that Law said is
finesse.
And so. One thing about Marquise Bell, he sees it, he's gone. And I've always said this about linebackers. I say it to my linebackers on my team. If you're gonna miss big. I don't want you catching. Like when you catch, then you gonna get washed. And I saw that a lot in the San Fran game. Now, to Sky's point, the Chargers were good because one thing I did see. He was eating up Eckler's angles. I'm like, damn, hold on. Clark can run it. He can move a little bit.
No, so, he played well in that game. He beat you different foots, and this is what I had to do. I kind of compared it to music. Like we older, right? So we listen to old head music, and we appreciate it differently than the young bucks.
The oldest one here.
So, I should not even have said that. But you gotta kind of you gotta change your lens when you if you listening to music now, you probably listening for bops for the most part. You ain't really listening for lyrics, right? So when I watch Damone, I have to watch him. I'm not watching him be a thumper. So when I watch him differently, you see him be able to use his agility and be able to be productive. But I think we are looking for a thumper. So we don't have a thumper. So we look at these guys and look, DeMarvion Overshawn, Bell, LVE, Clark. These aren't dudes we would consider big thumpers or downhill and going to thump you. Now Overshawn can get at you, but he ain't the thumper, right? So I look at Damone Clark and I'm like, it's finesse. It's cool if he's a will backer, but guess where he's playing for the most part?
He's playing Mike.
Playing Mike.
Yeah.
So he the brother version of LVE, right? You know,
just like LVE.
And that sucks, bro. Here's why that sucks, because I saw him have a different type of clickability to see it go and get downhill in LSU. And he get up here next to LVE, and everything is now kind of waiting to see.
You gotta think about it. I said this before, and I'll say it again. It's like with Clark, we'll get to the future of the linebacker, but with Clark, for sure. When you got a guy like LV, when you listen to the coaches talk about him, right? They talk about the fact that he's always where he's supposed to be, and we need him, we love. And if you Clark and you coming in and you want to be, adorned like LV, you probably going to do some of the things that LV.
Yeah, he's the veteran. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to him
because this is the guy you learning from. You know what I mean? So I look at it like that. Like I think Clark is just learning from a guy who's not physical. And they got a similar injury. So he's playing the same. You remember LV tried to get in Micah Parsons' ear saying, you don't have to Clark probably listening to LV a little bit more than Micah would.
Slow down.
And I will agree with you, Okoye.
Yeah.
No wrap up.
Just catch him though. Yeah.
Before you go, Law, with Evans coming in here, though, I think
Evans gonna hit you.
I think you guys gonna start liking Clark a lot more.
Let me say this though,
Evans,
bro. I feel like Evans can make us forget about LV.
Yeah, because you don't get 159 tackles, 2 sacks by mistake. That was the last time he played healthy. You know what I'm saying? So Evans gonna bring them 159 tackles and those 2 sacks downhill guy. He might can't cover, but he can get out there. He can at least try.
I watched him in the San Fran game last season before they got. It was before C-Mac though, but I watched him in the San Fran game. He was covering Kittles pretty well.
I think
pretty well.
I think this D line with Evans is gonna be so crazy.
Oh my God!
I think Evans is gonna be.
I want Evans so much.
We wanted him in that draft. That was our draft when we all went down there.
I wanted Evans in the offseason.
Him over LVE.
And we not hyping him up, y'all. The tape. Look. Corey got some tape out there. I believe all of y'all got some tape out there. Sky got some tape out there. This dude is a downhill dude.
I watched you, Joe. That's why I jumped on late.
The one thing, and I hate to keep doing this, but that mother effer, DeMarvion Overshawn,
is not real.
Tank Bisbee, that person back there, so I graded him, Sky, and I was like, okay, he's a good athlete. He can cover the field. He's fast. He reminds me of J-Ron Curtis. Dog, he might be the most physical person on this team. The way he smoked Bigsby, you got to think, Bigsby a big back, dog. Bigsby a downhill runner. He stood him up, and Overshawn a tall guy. So that's who you really want to build this linebacker room around to me. Because I mean, the defense, not the defense.
Will you have the patience though, Foots? That's what I'm saying, because it's going to take a year or so. Because he got that ACL thing. That's why
it's good that it happened early. It's good that it happened early.
So what you do with Evans though in the meantime? Like, so if Evans plays like we think he will, you still will put Overshawn over Evans when he get back?
Oh yeah, because I think you have to, because of the range. Because you don't want, the problem is this: you don't want Evans turning and running. Like, that's
I'm still looking in this draft though.
But the draft! I got a guy for you.
But first, can't you play both of them together?
Yeah.
But who coming off the field, Sky?
Evans ain't coming off the goddamn field, bro.
Evans gonna be that dog, man.
I like Evans.
It's
bring him up on third and long.
I'm not gonna turn.
We kind of jumping the gun a little bit because we're talking about Evans being here next year. That's a heavy accusation.
But Scott, he's a 27-year-old. He ain't old.
Listen, if he balls out, of course I welcome him back. But I don't know, man.
With the Cowboys,
with the Cowboys do
real quick, because linebackers been on my list. There's a guy by the name of Trevin Wallace. Okay, he gives me
what school?
He went to Kentucky. He goes to Kentucky right now. He will knife. He is a physical SOB, and the thing is, he can blitz. Really. Remember when we were watching that guy in Missouri who's with Kansas City now, and everybody was like, "Oh, Missouri was bad. Oh, he wasn't good." And this, that, and the third, and all he did in the Super Bowl was make play after play after play. So to me, if you can get a guy, because we see that rookies come in, translate, and it's good to go. This defense is missing really a corner and a linebacker to me, because we just don't know how Diggs is going to recover. We just don't. And so that's a real thing. Fair. Obviously, Bland right?
helps though. Bland
helps, but then Gilly, he's older.
Well, Gilly's on a 1-year deal, so they need a corner in general. Yeah,
Gilly ain't gonna be there.
That's right. So Nick Bolton. But to me, I'll say this about Okoye's point to Rashaan Evans, and then I'm gonna shut up. If he does play and comes and steps up, you at least bring him back to camp.
Damn, boy, you love some football
for sure.
You already looking at.
And let me say this:
the Cowboys front office is crazy. If Evans comes and he gives us Atlanta Falcons Evans, and he don't get signed to this team, at least a 2-3 year deal, then I will start losing faith in the front.
I see it like a Hankins thing though, right? Hankins came in, and
it's not like
Hankins showed himself. He's proved himself.
They still got him a 1-year deal.
But here's the thing: it takes two to tango. Because I see a lot of people. I promise you, we're not trying to hype up Evan. Because a lot of people understand why.
I watched him for 2 hours straight.
Because a lot of people are saying why was he out there? First of all, I mean, the dude was coming off for a career year. He's only 27. He was under the assumption he was going to get paid. Trust me, I did my homework. This wasn't we ain't just talking up Evans. He was out there. He was out there because he wanted to be out there. He wasn't out there for any other reason. He thought he was going to get some bread. Didn't happen. Held out for the longest and decide his fate. Went to Philly and he requested his release from Philly. They didn't say we don't like what you're doing. He said I just want to be released. I'll go to a different team. And now he's here, and hopefully he can play well for you. And this is why I say this, Okoye. If he plays like that, the Cowboys not paying Evans any more than they paying LVE. So if Evans wants more than that, he might not be back on this team. So
because look, though, Will, to your point, though,
that's the only reason that I would see him leaving is if he don't want to be here.
Because look, though, Will, you know what I'm saying? Like he's a dude that's been around for a while and he's played for whoever it is that he's played for. If he wants to be, with a winner, right? That's only like 7 teams. So now it's the winners that want him. And that may be 3 teams. And then you got to play from there. Like, I'm sure the Bears. I think he wanted opportunity, bro. But he don't want to go to the Bears. You know what I'm saying?
After he realized he wasn't getting the bag, I think it was about best opportunity.
Yeah,
and he switched agents too. I heard, so that plays
because his agent said he didn't get the bag.
Right? He had 159 tackles. He looked crazy last year.
159.
I thought he was injured, or
that ain't by accident.
And look, for those out there that didn't watch his film, go watch his tape. And you will be excited. We not hyping buddy.
And see, look, I'm not trying to hype up tackles either because I know all tackles are not created equal.
Yep.
Right? Because I'm not trying to pile on LV. But his average tackle per depth last year was the worst in the league for a linebacker, right? Where that's not the case for a guy like Rashaan Evans, number one. Number two, 12 and me and Koya had this conversation. 12 total tackles for loss in his career for LVE, right? 12, right? Rashaan Evans had 9 in the last 2 years. Just the last 2 alone. So that means that tells you I get the hell downhill and I make plays at or beyond the line of scrimmage. He had 46 stops last year. 46. Nobody in the Cowboys room has had more than 37 since 2018.
Break it down.
So my man, I'm not really.
I'm feeling that, Sky.
Not just actually like one of the
wrong button. I tried to hit the Steele button. There you go.
you know what I mean?
Hit the Steele button.
It's just I think he fits what this team needs. So sometimes you just sign these regular players and they turn into Anthony Barr. Sometimes they turn into Jonathan Hankins and J-Ron Curse.
That's real. That's real, Scott.
God, come on now,
come on, man. That boy cooking over there. And it was Scott. It was Scott people, man.
Sky, bro.
Yeah, it was Scott people that reached out and said, "Hey, man, Scott was talking about a guy named Rashaan Evans." I'm like, who? And then all of a sudden, like 2 days later, we signed him. So yeah, you on it, man. You know,
you've been saying this for a while.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
And one last thing before we move on to some other things, just moving forward. Where are we at on the whole tight end situation? Just tell me about the tight end room as a whole and where you at with it. Law Nation, where you at with the whole tight end room? Influence.
I think that we should just focus on Ferguson. I think we try to focus on too many. The Schoonmaker, I think political football played a matter because they don't want to look like they made the wrong move. So they try to target and feature him, you know, and the other Peyton Hendershot, he just need to take a shot. And that's why he's off right now. So I hope all is well with him as far as his recovery. We see more out of Sean McEwen. It was just too many people in the room. Now the Cowboys is a rumor saying that they are looking at Zach Ertz. I don't mind us, you know, bringing him in for a cup of coffee.
I like that. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, I would like that. But I think if we just focus in on Ferguson, I get it. There's some people that say we should have kept Dalton Schultz, but man, we wasn't gonna pay that man $14 million. You know, he wanted Travis Kelce money. That was just too much. Yeah. I think that right now, for what Ferguson can do, is a whole lot better than what we seen out of Dalton Schultz his second year. So let's continue to focus in on what we got. And if we bring in Zach Ertz, that's a plus for us. That's where I'm at with this tight end room.
What's King?
So with the tight ends, I think they've went off the deep end with trying to get them involved, all of them. Like, just stop. Especially like, you know, third down when the game was still in hand and you're pressing the ball to Schoonmaker against the Niners. No, like that's what I mean by CD 1A 1B. Figure it out. Like, and I like, actually, to be honest with you, Schoonmaker as a blocker is actually really nice. Like, he moves people, but that's where he's at right now. Like, trying to move the ball down. I like some of the stuff he does. That's me.
Relax,
but trying to push him the ball down the field and all that. I just, let's get the ball to Fergie. Let's play football that way. That I'm not gonna be negative, Nancy, because like I said, I went on Sky Show and I was like, dog, we're fine. So I just think get Fergie the ball. That's me.
And let me just say one more thing. With Ferguson, I think a lot of fans trying to turn on him that first game against the Giants. He had a few drops, but it was wet and rainy. But outside of that, passer rating when targeting him is 104. He's 28 targets with 21 receptions. I believe some of those high balls or some of those missed balls or missed passes to Michael Gallup would catch those.
Now see, Foots, appreciate you, Law. Now, I don't think that we shouldn't be trying to figure out Luke. I think we need to figure out what he is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, should he get 10 targets or something? Nah, we shouldn't make him a centerpiece of the offense. But if we're going to draft him that high, Luke is a fantastic blocker, Koye. So you know what I'm saying? So if he's gonna be out there regardless doing anything, then you should see what he's like. Now, forcing anything to Hendershot is weird to me. Forcing it, like, because it ain't like Hendershot did anything for you last year. He had 15 catches last year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so when, you know, and he's on he's hurt right now, whatever.
Hurt,
just out of him, respectfully. But when he comes back, I don't want to see us trying to incorporate Hendershot. There's better people. Like, I would rather Turpin or Tolbert get carries get targets than Hendershot. Even Sean McEwen. And I like Sean McEwen, but boy, he need to be way down the somebody throw it to him list. You know what I'm saying? So Jake needs to be the guy. I didn't hear about the Ertz news because I haven't been on social media. I've been outside running the streets today, so I didn't hear about that. But at least we know who Ertz is. I need to figure out who Luke is besides his blocking or whatever, right? Besides that, man, I'm tight end.
No, yeah, I agree with.
It's looking like Ferguson. Go ahead, Uncle.
No, I agree. You do got to find out who he is because you drafted him second round, and we do need a second tight end. So you gotta incorporate him. But Fergs definitely need to be a centerpiece though, because good things happen when you get Ferg the ball. Yes, every time you give him the ball, he's moving and he can move. I didn't know he can run like that. But when they ISO'd him, one of the best plays we had against the 49ers, or best looks,
routed up
when we
Warner.
ISO'd him out there with Warner. I said, yo, he making Warner look regular.
Nasty.
Routed him up.
Made him look like he ain't, like if we would have seen one of our linebackers out there covering like that, we'd be like, he can't cover. But Warner looked like he was on skates against Ferg, man. So I would have kept doing that. So yeah, I think Ferg need the ball, man.
Hey, you said you're trying to figure out who Luke is. He ain't a pass catcher. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't that yet.
he ain't that. Not right now.
I like Luke though, and when I said I seen him whiff on like 2 blocks. That's why I said he can.
Yeah, but he get busy though.
He can block. He can block when he gonna miss some. Everybody gonna miss some.
Yeah,
so
that was on Bosa. You talking about that play on Bosa? A couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Well, that's Bosa too.
Exactly.
But look, Jonathan Ledbetter don't stand a chance. And then the miscellaneous John Michael Jacobs from the give me Luke on them boys.
Hey, Ferg needs, and I'm not saying he is this player, but Ferg needs to get the Jason Witten treatment. In the sense of, look, man, this is our guy. He's going to play 90% of the snaps. And anytime we do 2 tight end stuff, is usually that second guy is going to be the blocker, or that second guy is going to be a red zone target, or maybe he'll get a quick little dump off for a first down. Unfortunately, that's just the state of where we are at, because where we were previously, we did rely on multiple tight ends. We were one of the better, 12 personnel set groupings. I think we were top 13 or top 10 in the league in the usage, and we did really good out of it in the pass game. But we don't have that second guy that teams have to necessarily respect. Last year, you could say, well, they didn't respect Ferguson, but guess what? He made their ass pay. You know what I'm saying? Is Luke Schoonmaker a guy that's making you pay after 6 games, 1 reception? No. Right? So if we're not going to be productive in 12 in that sense, then we need to shift to, all right, this is Ferg. Let's spam Ferg. Let's use him more. If we got to move him around, if we got to put him in the backfield, if we got to ISO him on Fred Warner, I don't give a damn what we got to do. But here's what I don't understand. Yeah, and a lot of people, and I know I'm probably calling out one individual, but y'all must ain't watched Ferguson at Wisconsin, because people say he's not athletic. He can't, make contested catches. That's all the hell he did at Wisconsin. If you go watch him, he made a ton of contested catches. Right. He showed off the athleticism. It wasn't looking like Kyle Pitts, but you know what I'm saying? It was more along the lines of what Laporta was doing, in the sense of, I didn't know you can move like that. You know what I'm saying? Ferg can move like that. So when
Laporta nice though. God, I missed out on him.
Ferg Dallas one of them.
Just use
Dallas
him.
one of them.
Yeah. You said Ferg can do those things.
Ferg can do that, man. Ferg is nice, man, but they just not using him in that way. And here's what, and I'm gonna end it on this. Here's what pisses me off. We get to the red zone, and it feel like we got to justify Luke, or we got to justify Luke Schoonmaker because he's a 2nd round pick. So we got to throw it to him. How many of the jump balls in the red zone or the contested throws to Ferguson have you seen in the red zone this year?
One. He got one tub.
One in the Jets game.
Okay.
Hey man, I knew Ferg was a yak guy and that he was one of those athletes. I mean, whenever he catches the ball, he's jumping over somebody, he's running over somebody, he's taking a step, making somebody miss. He's catching the ball at the 18, taking it all the way to the 3. I think it's just ridiculous how you can see people do fantastic things on your offense and just go straight the hell away from him. Me and Mike McCarthy gonna have a long conversation because me and him friends in real life. So let's do this. First and foremost, y'all. Roundtable must be going crazy. We must be giving y'all some of the best content on the internet and Cowboy. Did you hear what I said? We got damn near 1,400 right now.
That's crazy. On a Friday, that's crazy work.
On a Friday, man, y'all can be outside like minding your business or something, but you could be listening to us while you're doing that. So thank you if you are.
Can you imagine somebody's in the Uber on the way to the club? Like, I gotta get my Roundtable before I turn up.
They're going crazy. What?
Right,
they're going crazy.
They got
Bust a block, man. Bust a block one more time.
Trade deadline coming up, guys. We don't have to say any names in particular because knowing this team, we'll find some first round pick that ain't working out somewhere else. Like Foots, we'll like go get Chase on or something for like a, what I'm saying, like a 7th round pick or something. See what he do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's kind of shit that this team do. So let's just say position. What position would you guys look for? You can give me more than one if you would like. If when trade deadline comes around. Foots,
great question. Trade deadline, I'm going corner. I love both guys.
Inside corner, outside corner, be like
I'm going edge.
real,
I'm going edge.
Be very nuanced here, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we got outside corners. We ain't really got that many inside guys.
And that's why I want Bland to go back inside and just get a guy who can, hold you down on the outside. Because again, knock on wood, just never know. And I'd rather get somebody now. Surtain, I think, is out the window. But if it's me, I'm gonna go corner. That's me. I don't want to take up too much time.
Does what's my man? Draft pick, 3rd round pick, Nahshon Wright. Does Nahshon Wright come back do anything for you, Foots?
I just don't think they trust him. I think they like him as a teams guy, but I'm be honest with you. Sure. I think they would probably play Eric Scott over Nahshon Wright. Right, wrong, or in between. I think that's what they would do. I just don't think that they. And now I know. If you did some things like maybe you played him in the boundary, like a lot of college teams would do that. So you got the sideline to work with. They play him in the boundary, but that's tough because these quarterbacks gonna find you, dog. If you a duck, they're gonna find a duck. So that's just me. So corner for me, y'all.
Hey, speaking of corner, man, what happened to Izzy though, man? What happened, man?
Oh my God, don't get me started, bro. That's another hour.
He was inactive.
Another hour.
The thing is, Izzy's not a slot corner. That's the problem. He needs to play.
But I think he can play on the edge, Scott.
Yeah, I think he needs to see what's up on the boundary. Can I ask Foots though about because I was thinking about this too. I think cornerback could be a thing too, but probably for depth. But what are you looking for? Are you looking for like a starter? Or are you looking for depth?
I'm looking for a guy, but you're not gonna find it at this point, right? But
not for free.
Do you say that because
not a good one?
So Foots, are you saying that because maybe you unsure about Gilmore at this point, or you just don't want?
I say depth because injury. I'm scared of an injury.
That's my biggest thing. And I was about to knock on wood, but I didn't even want to put it in the air. But Scott did, so hell. Injury. And I think that like Gilmore is not gonna get you beat all game. He's gonna make a play.
It's just one route to get him.
Yeah, it's just but like
he ain't gonna be here next year for sure. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah. But it never was supposed to. It's on a 1-year deal. 33 years old.
But like Law, it's gonna be games like God dang, Gilly getting cooked. Like it's just gonna be tough. But then like I do see
there on him too.
I think there'll be times in the red zone where he makes plays, maybe jumps a pass. But like as we move down the field, like we said, the overs, those climb routes, he just don't got the foot speed right now.
Gilly will do fine too. We like play Miami or something.
Well, I'm just keeping it a bean. Ain't much you can do about that.
Gonna do something?
Y'all want to?
Ain't much anybody doing.
I'm stamping this now. He gonna take an interception home against Hurts, and I'm gonna tell you why. AJ Brown gonna get him. But what's gonna end up happening is Hurts gonna telegraph, he gonna telegraph it because Hurts
cover those big receivers well too.
Yeah,
he do. That's a great point. So he'll get one of those guys. It's them jokers that can run. Like them 4-3, 4-4 jokers. Mm-hmm. That's tough.
Yeah. Garrett Wilson got him bad. Yeah, on them.
Oh yeah,
stretches and crosses. Yeah,
it wasn't even that bad. It's just motherfucking. What was that? Hooker didn't take the right angle, and once he caught the ball, Gilly ain't catching him. Like he's not catching.
Right.
Law Nation. October 31st, Halloween. Right. Mm-hmm. What position would you trade for before October 31st, 3 p.m. Central Time?
Well, since my guy elaborated on DBs, outside of Patrick Surtain and Marshawn Lattimore, those are like, wishful thinking. Like Lattimore, let the Saints continue to move. Let the Saints continue to move. If we get Lattimore,
what would you give up? What would you give up for Lattimore?
That's more real than Gallup. I would give them.
Everybody you don't want, huh?
Hey, just rebuild the whole team.
Y'all keep thinking Gallup is a sweetener. Gallup ain't no sweetener. That's sour.
Right.
I just throw in Michael Gallup.
You get consolation.
Throw in Michael Gallup, mess up the deal.
Sam Williams. Sam Williams.
Take the percentage down.
He said that mess up the deal.
You know the little percentage meter.
They're gonna hang up on you, throw Gallup.
They're gonna like Gallup your ass out my office, sir. We not.
But on the other side, I think that on our offense, we're looking good. We're looking good, but I think we can improve at that. I think we need a big body wide receiver. And people was talking about why not Devontae Adams and all this, and the Hunter Renfrow and all of this. But then somebody called me this morning when I did my show, and they said, "Law, have you thought about Mike Evans?"
Yeah,
they said that they wasn't gonna bring him back. And I was thinking about, shoot, you put CD Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Mike Evans, that would be a nice Christmas gift before Christmas, you know?
Way to do it.
That would really help out this team. And I wouldn't even really beat the table so much on running backs, because now you just got some weapons on the outside. We'll just figure out how this running back thing can work. Maybe if they could just use Hunter Lukey just a little bit more, I call him 40 ounce. Luke, use the 40 ounce when you get down inside the red zone, man. Just drink that up, man, and everything else will work.
40 ounce is crazy.
I like that.
Koye.
Yes, sir.
Trade deadline's on October. Before everybody take their kids trick-or-treating, you know what I'm saying? The very last second is 3 p.m. Central. What you doing prior to 3 p.m. Central try to make this team
Let me
better?
answer for Koye. Zeke.
Go get Zeke back. No, I would though. I would do that. I would definitely.
You would do that.
I would go get Zeke if it came down. If they don't start using the power back, I don't got a problem with Zeke playing here. Is what I'm saying. That's not what I would do. You know. But I look at it like this. Like I treat the trade deadline the same way I treat the draft. It's like, what's realistic? Like, what do I want? Don't matter.
Yeah.
Like Devontae Adams, I'll definitely go get him, but I don't think that'll ever happen. So what's realistic is like team, like you said earlier, Sky. It takes two to tango, and the only team right now that's clearly, well, maybe two, that's clearly looking to move guys is Arizona,
Broncos,
and Denver. So it's whatever of value Denver is willing to get rid of, and if we're talking about big body receiver, then it's Sutton. I will go after Sutton and see if they're willing to move away from Sutton. You know, that's how I would look at it. Like whatever Denver is willing to deal that we need, I will go after because of the relationship they got with Peyton and their willingness to deal. I don't think we'll get anything else outside of that in the trade anyway. You know what I'm saying?
You like Sutton over Judy, though, all right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I want a big body guy that can play outside.
You got a Judy
that
Lamb.
can do the stuff that we do with Gallup. I think that Judy would come in and he would bump heads with CD because they both want to be in the slot a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Judy, we would misuse him, bring him here. You know, so I don't think we would go after Judy. No. That's what I would do. I don't corner. I feel you, Foots. We need depth, but what the dude we just traded for? What we bring him here for? Like
Israel.
Not Israel.
Noah
Igbenogany. Like
Igbenogany.
It's either
what's his name? What's his name?
Igbenogany. Ain't this how you say it?
Monogamous.
Polygamous egg, you know.
Yeah, but
you know, I liked him at Auburn. I don't think he's an edge guy, to be honest with you.
Man, it
don't matter. It don't matter what he is.
That 49ers game got me nightmares. They put him out there.
Corners.
He threw right
we
at
got
them.
corners.
They definitely did, bro.
Lost, slurred that mother, didn't he? No,
your name Izzy though. I think we got corners. I don't think we need to go after
Law.
They don't use it.
I mean,
Law. Look at this.
Okoye. I like Izzy now.
Yeah.
Will Steele, Halloween Day, 3 p.m. Central. We're gonna be doing volume, I believe. Trade deadline stuff. What you got, sir? If you have anything position.
I like what they've been saying. I don't mind cornerback depth. Why? See, I'm a little bit more twisted with wide receiver. I have this thing where I'd like to see CD Lamb on the outside more. So if they get like a Hunter Renfrow, now Hunter Renfrow can be utilized as a slot, right? And because, like I said earlier, the problem with receiver is that nobody respects Gallup. So a lot of the times, if you got CD and Cooks on the same side of the field, if that safety is good enough, and if the disguise is good enough, you can kind of take two of those dudes away at once, depending on what the combination is or what the route is. Whereas if I have to put CD Lamb on the outside and they're on opposite sides of the field now Now you got to decide what you're going to do back here. And if you show attention to these dudes, now Hunter Renfrow could just tear you up on the inside, or whomever it is that can play the slot. Maybe Turpin, but Hunter Renfrow is different from a slot purpose. So I like receiver, but maybe I'm twisted. I kind of want to see Lamb outside, so go get the slot. But I'm with you, Okoye. I'm thinking like, what's realistic? And what feels more realistic to me is like a Jonathan Hankins type of situation where you trade a 6th-round pick, you get a guy that comes in here that you might not think twice about, but he makes a solid difference. And this ain't gonna be sexy. This ain't gonna sound crazy, but I do think they want to run 12 better, man. And I think a tight end too. If I'm going to go out here, if I can get me that's why I said I liked Ertz, because if I know Ertz is older, he ain't the same or whatever, but Ertz can still be a reliable tight end for you.
And he pull that room up too.
Yeah, and he's a veteran and things like that. So I'm not saying it got to be Ertz, but I ain't going to be lying to you. That'd be a nice little get. But if they get like a decent enough tight end too, to where now our 12 personnel was a thing now. Because if you go look at how San Fran runs, a lot of their plays big plays come out of 12. Because they're able to showcase, hey, I'm going to run or I'm going to pass out of this play action. Now it's a deep route. It's a deep over. It's a goal, whatever. And we just don't have the ability to do that right now because ain't nobody respecting the tight end too enough, because either the A, not throwing it to him, not moving him around, or, I mean, he's a good blocker, but I wouldn't necessarily go on a limb and say he's so damn good that we're going to think he's a left tackle, right? An extended version of a left tackle and run over there all the time. So not sexy, bro, but I think a tight end too will help you at least plug into that small ass playbook a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
can I fight y'all on play calling in a little bit? We going for the gusto.
2 seconds, and I just yawned twice. But look, so we have a lot of pass rushers, right? But do we have a lot of run stopping edge guys?
We do. We just don't use them.
Chauncey and
for Hoco and D-Law.
Well, Junior's not gonna be.
We got a handful, but are we being greedy? Like, how many teams got more than 2 or 3?
That's true.
The Jets.
No stone unturned though. No
Washington probably.
Oh well, edge is not a bad idea, but I'm looking at edge more so as edge get after the Q.
Yeah.
But that's what we do good, Sky.
And do gooder.
Like get home.
Do good. Look, Foots and Voch. Seriously, bro. Our defense is relied on the rush.
It is.
If I can get another dude that can rush, that's just more dudes.
The Jets rush. They rush as well.
Jets got like 7 dudes that can rush.
But they are collapsed. But they even when their big guys get there, they do it like the Patriots do. They'll just collapse the pocket on you. You know what I'm saying? Using strength. So we can do that. Chauncey and those guys aren't pass rushers, but I think you can still get sacks and still get pressures without having a guy that's just going to run speed. And sometimes it hurts you because those quarterbacks that spill out are spilling out because there is no unified front coming in and collapsing the pocket. We just got guys that penetrate.
Yeah, I ain't saying get a guy that's just gonna pin their ears back, right? Like you can get
you mean trade for
you can get a rusher that beats you with technique like D-Law. Like D-Law is still impactful as a rusher. He's one of the highest graded pass rushers in the league.
He's amazing.
I don't know, but I'm just saying that
they know somebody that we don't know.
Look, Frank Clark is out there. Danielle Hunter.
I don't like Frank Clark.
I'm just naming names here, right? Danielle Hunter, Frank Clark. There's another dude. Somebody brought up Brian Burns. Somebody brought up Brian Burns.
Burns is nasty. They would listen. Washington would never do this, but they're not gonna re-sign Chase Young.
They not.
And I know they would, but they would never trade him inside the division.
Nah.
But that would be a name.
That would be crazy.
He's up there.
I like Chasem too. The guy that you said,
Chason. Chason ain't better than nobody we got.
I about to say what Chason even doing over there.
What about J.C. Horn? For the
he hurt. He out. He like, all right,
he
hurt again.
He's never finished the season, bro.
He got hurt.
Unfortunately. And I was so high on that kid. I know. Hey, let me ask y'all a quick question. Can I hijack for a second, Box?
Sure.
Good thing.
Why?
I don't know why Mike McCarthy doing that dumb shit.
I was about to say, hey, look, can I ask y'all a question?
You can't wait to ask these offensive.
They won't give me a media pass. I don't know why he doing this.
Box, you play ball and coach on a level. I coach young kids, and I know all of y'all have football experience. I really want us to just stay just a hair more patient with play calling. I know I'm gonna get tomatoes thrown at me. But here's the deal.
I had something.
We went. How long has Kellen Moore been in Dak's ear, Sky? Answer that for me.
Technically, like 7-8 years since 2016.
18,
as far as like
7 years, 7 years.
His whole life.
So I just know this, right? It takes time to kind of get an offense going. And the truth of the matter is this. They heard the noise. Mike heard the noise because he did try the last game to attack certain areas. Now the red zone still gotta get better in the red zone. But I just want to call to be patient. Like, because I'm just like, dog, we went through years of Kellen's offense starting off really good and he running through the league. But then once we got to them games,
it got weird.
It got weird, Sky.
But here's why.
The team that we played, it was the 32nd or 30th defense. They don't attack. I think that there's. I look at that damn Chargers team, and if they need to play press, they need to play man because they play so far off. You can't even really see the talent that they have. You don't even know Derwin James out there, man.
Shit. Yeah,
they need to get. They don't even know how to use Derwin James. They don't know how to use the other kid, Sante Samuel Jr. They don't know how to use a lot of their weapons. But I'm not saying that the offense didn't look better, but I'm saying that also I need to see our offense against attack style defense that can take away some stuff.
That's
Chargers just wasn't it.
You're right.
Yeah,
that's the same way I felt about Bell. I felt like if a team, I want to see a team. We know what Kellen does. Kellen not going to run at a guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's how I felt after the first game for Bell too.
That runs at Bell, see what he does.
Like the Cardinals did.
Yeah, I want to see what happens when you run at him. Not
that's all. That's all I'm saying, though. So the jury's still out on Mike, Mike.
Well, Foots, you're right. Like patience is a virtue, right? You need patience with certain things. Definitely when we found out this offense ain't the same, right?
I got weapons and stuff.
Well, here's my problem.
That's for Voch.
Oh, I didn't know you had that.
I got weapons too, man.
I got the goddamn.
Oh shit!
Let's go. Well, I got a goddamn.
Lord got a
I wanted to
goddamn
touch me and knock my shoulder off.
Don't get Voch started.
That shit had the noise too.
I know he got the knife.
Yeah, he ain't just got.
I got the little Chinese.
It's the turn into the weapons game.
Scott, can I guess what you about to say?
What's that?
The problem with Mike McCarthy is we know that his offense can be good because we see it sometimes. We just don't see it consistently all the time.
Hey, that's part of it for sure. That's definitely was a part of what I was going to say. That part is that we've seen him be able to do some good things, but it's very much like Kellen, right? We see it, but why aren't we continue to do it? The other part is this offense is like 2001 right now. Seriously, you are last in the league in motion. You're bottom third in the league in at snap motion, and even when you do utilize motion, you're not doing it really to gain much. You're kind of just doing it to do it. And I'm sorry for. I mean, you coach kids. I bet you y'all motion more than we motion. I bet you y'all do a lot
to gain
more
information, like you said.
Exactly. And so if look the pass game concepts, they're still working themselves out. I think they are better than some of the things that they'll become better than some of the things we saw. In the Niners game. The Niners game was an anomaly, in my opinion. The run game, I am concerned about that. It's like, I don't know. We're not running them enough. The motion, that's a concern. The post-snap action, that's a concern. So there are things, just basic principles of the offense that they need to ramp up. And if they aren't going to ramp it up, then they need to just turn it loose and let Ford just do his damn thing and just live with the damn results.
Scott, do you think that we will make the changes?
I hope so.
I
hope
less is more, but what happens?
I hope so. That's perfect.
What happened to what do you think about this though, Scott? Because you said something. I wanted to say something when you said this. Us being last in the league in motions. What do you think about that being tied to the fact that we've been on the road 4 out of 6 of our first games, and it's hard to do that pre-snap stuff?
That's
when
a
you
great
can't
point.
hear, and we have a lot of pre-snap penalties, so they're trying to simplify. I don't think he doesn't want a motion because when you look at the Giants game,
he still didn't do it a lot though. He still didn't do, but that goes back to what Voch said. Like he ain't doing enough. But go ahead.
Even the number 1 team in motion play away game.
I just about to say, I don't do what they do, bro. When he came out and said something about pre-snap penalties, why you ain't motioning? That's bull sugar because you are the last team in the league to do it. You're the last team in the league, bro.
That's facts.
But
you annihilated that.
No. You are right in a sense. That's what Coach said, and that's what Coach probably believe. But that's such a terrible answer, man. Just come out. You don't want to do motion because either you don't want to do it or somebody above is telling you not to. One of the two things is happening because I'm actually shocked, Okoye, that we don't run motion more because in Green Bay, he ran motion at a pretty decent rate, right? Until Aaron Rodgers got enough juice to say, I don't like it. So we stopped running it because Aaron Rodgers didn't want to do it. So we got here, and this is no lie. Go watch the camp footage. And we saw him down here in Dallas. I reached out to Brian and said, hey, man, are we seeing the same things that we saw in camp? You know, pre-snap motion, concepts, rub routes, getting guys open, over routes. He said, no. Because I was like, am I crazy? He's like, no, you're not crazy. We're not seeing that. So if it ain't McCarthy, it's somebody else telling him to cut it out. Because it makes no sense. Some of the best offenses, if not all the best offenses, run more motion than the Cowboys and run it likely in the top 10 to 11, 12 in the league. So,
and I'll say this.
Go ahead. No, here's
I'm gonna just say this real quick. I do not like head coaches that call plays. I know that Shanny does it. I know that Andy has had a lot of success, all that, and there you go. And so my point is, even with the clock management, and he said that was the goal. I just like head coaches that have the vibe of the game. I really do. Because if you want something ran, you and your OC need to be on the same page anyway. Yeah, if you want to see something, you need to go ahead.
But here's the counter to everything about this offense, right? We've seen we know what's happened because we watched the film, right? We've seen the misses, the drop. We already talked about the drops from Shoemaker. We talked about Hendershot. We talked about the missed rubs from in some of those routes in the red zone woes. If we didn't miss on some of those plays in the red zone, we actually were scoring on those. Will we be having this conversation about the offense in general?
Really. Again, if you listen to what I've been saying about the offense, what we were doing at the beginning of the year is not what we've been doing the last 3 games. That's my whole issue.
Now that's
if
true.
we continue to do the same shit, Okoye,
we should do to everybody.
Thank you. That's what. Let me rephrase your question, Okoye. Let me rephrase your question.
Every single quarterback the Jets play, they embarrassed all of them, right?
Let me rephrase your question. If we were doing what we were doing the first 2-3 weeks of the season, would we be having this conversation? No.
Hell no.
No.
We'll be a top offense in the league.
But we stopped doing it, man. We stopped, even though we weren't running a crazy motion, like you said, we ran it sometimes. Even though we weren't going outside every play, we ran it more. I think I pulled up the plays
the rub
here.
routes. Those rub routes.
All that.
We was talking about that. Yeah,
was crazy.
I got some plays that we about to see from CeeDee Lamb up here. Where are these plays at from earlier in the year? They not existing right now, and I don't understand what happened.
If anything I know about Mike McCarthy, right? Mike McCarthy will see something and he'll take his ego away. He'll take pride and feelings away, and he'll fix it. He will fire his best friend. He will say, "Hey, I hear y'all talking all this Sean Payton. I hear y'all talking about this Dan Quinn. I'm bringing Dan Quinn back. Fuck you. I'm bringing him in. He's a gangster." If I know anything about Mike McCarthy, he'll make the changes and he'll do what's best for the team. If Mike McCarthy is anything what I think he's like, he's gonna have to look himself in the mirror and go, "Hey man, I can't do two things at one time. Schottenheimer, take over." And if I'm right about McCarthy, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Versus the Rams or whatever, come out the bye week. If not, it's gonna be a long season for us, fella.
No doubt. And so far, man, the Chargers, they got the 14th ranked offense, and we got the 12th ranked offense. Let's go.
And I'm gonna say this to Bobby's point real quick.
What say first?
Real quick.
Chill out, y'all. First, try to say something. What's that?
This is my last point.
What's that? I'm trying to go quick. What is that?
He can say it's my last point like 8 times.
I definitely did.
First trying to come on.
Me and Scott been talking about letting Dak play free. Dak played free football, bro. And as long as he's doing that, I don't care about interceptions, bro. Like Dak played free. That throw to Gallup, that's free football. That's him, dog. That's a middle of the field whole shot. Michael Gallup has to catch that football. Like, period. I'm not even mad at the miss to Pollard. That's free football. Hey, it was a little to the outside. Cool, Dak. I like you taking a shot.
That's why I ain't mind the interceptions last year. Like, you trying to press the ball down the field. I don't
Dak last year was a litmus test for people that actually watch film, bro.
Watch the film.
Because, hey, Okoye, so I'm glad you brought it up. I mean, you a film guy. Hurts picks and Dak's picks, they not the same picks, dog.
Hurts don't see people.
They not the same. Hey, bro, he not.
He'll see nobody.
His release has gotten so much slower. It's bad, bro. Like they in trouble.
That's what talent will do to you, though. Like when you got so much talent on the outside, like AJ and Smith, and now Jones,
now Julio.
Yeah, and that line. Now you're getting to see it though, because I'm glad you said that. Lane Johnson, depending on how long is he hurt for? Is he hurt?
I think he's gonna sit this game. They saying
because that's what's really the test. Like they gave Dak all that scrutiny, but Dak's been shuffling around with an injured offensive line for some time now. You know what I mean? He's learning about setting his protections up and making that work. Hurts ain't had to do none of that because he could stand back there, go through his progressions like slowly, you know what I mean, and then get back to a guy and hit him after running around and extending a play. So that's not the same. That's not the same. As soon as you saw Lane Johnson go out in the game that we played him when he went out, we got a sack immediately. Fowler got a sack immediately. You know what I mean? So as soon as you seen him go out in that last game, it was like he looked like a different person immediately.
No doubt.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey man, incredible roundtable, y'all.
It was
incredible roundtable. I speak for y'all when I feel like this may be one of our best ones. This one was smooth. The energy was great. Great conversation. Questions were great. You know what I mean? I'm glad that we have this thing of ours, you know what I'm saying? Glad that we can come to a platform like this and just, talk our shit. I'm grateful for the 1,400 people. We actually got up to 1,400 people concurrent. Hey, y'all just coming through on a bye week on a Friday. Hey,
that's
man.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's
appreciate y'all. I always talk about gratitude and being grateful. And look, these guys on this panel, they're my friends in real life. I talked to Law yesterday, and we wasn't even talking about football for real. We wasn't talking about YouTube or nothing. And he was just like, "Yo, Voch, how you doing?" I was like, "Hey, man, I'm grateful. I just want to, just as a 31-year-old, I just want to be in tune with my gratitude. I just want to be in tune with just being happy for where I am in life right now, because I get to come on here and talk about Dallas Cowboys. Some shit that I used to do free at my old day job that I hated to be at, right? We get to cut this camera on, cut these lights on, and we get to cut these microphones on, and I get to talk to y'all guys about Dallas Cowboys, and I think we do a pretty solid job at it. So I'm grateful that I'm friends with all of y'all that's on this panel, and I'm grateful for all the 1,400 people that came out to watch us on a Friday night, whatever y'all was doing, wherever you was at. We are grateful to have you, because this YouTube thing is cool. Trust me. Yeah. We love football. We love watching film. We love talking football, but we love this shit a lot more when y'all watching. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a thing unless y'all watch. If we did a round table one day and two people watch, there'll never be a round table again.
Never again.
But the fact that we could just announce this thing on a Friday morning, and by the end of the day, 1,400 people just show up. We haven't been building this up for 3 weeks or nothing. We just been, hey, we'll talk about it. We'll think about roundtable. We'll have a conversation. I was in a group. We confirmed everything and started promoing Friday morning, and 1,400 of y'all came out. So I'm grateful for each and every last one of y'all in the chat one time. Let me just war call everybody in the chat one time for y'all. Drop flames for yourself, and here's the war call. Appreciate y'all so much. Let's go left to right, because that's how we read. Foster King, tell the good people where they can find you at, sir.
Well, first of all, I've been awake all night. I can actually go for another 30 minutes. I'm turned.
Foot's about to go live after this.
Can I get a walk off? Can I get a walk off for that?
You know what I'm saying? Walk off.
So I don't want to hear no jokes. I have my eyes open. No glasses. No nothing. Hey, in all seriousness though, like I watch Sky every morning. I watch him and Okoye do they film breakdowns on the days that they go. Law, bro, he just everywhere. Like you pop up, you open Facebook, Law got 300 shares. I mean, he's different. And then obviously Voch brought this whole thing together. So really, when we say new media, we really don't gotta fake it, dog. Like we all cross work. And I just want to say this is something I've been praying about for everybody out there that's trying to work right. It really is about working sideways versus trying to climb these ladders. Like Okoye does documentaries on all of us. Like we all work sideways. Like I'm calling the Law before I'm trying to call quote unquote jokers that's on, because Law gonna give me the truth and we can really have those intimate conversations. So anybody who, like somebody asked me that day, how do you get started with YouTube? Bruh, hey, pull this phone out and start recording yourself. Give thoughtful ideas, but really work sideways, y'all. Don't try to climb these ladders. Work with your circle. Find 10 Cowboys fans who gonna watch what you do, and then that'll turn to 20. Then that'll turn to 30, and then before you know it, so.
That's when the big bucks start rolling.
That's when the big bucks start rolling.
First, I started on
socials. Cowboy Nate. No, it's just Foot's the King on YouTube now.
That's because of Voch.
Appreciate you, sir.
And Voch pushed me to do that.
And Foots and Coles. Check out.
Yeah, somebody put that in the chat. Thank you so much, bro.
Man, that y'all latest album was a vibe. I was coming back from Austin, man.
Yeah,
I was listening to y'all
music.
Yeah, boy, I got it.
That's weed music.
Man, stop, y'all. Y'all making me too.
It was a vibe, bro.
Y'all boys, man.
Law Nation, I will always publicly show you love. I will always publicly embrace you and say positive things about you. If somebody come on here saying something crazy about Law Nation, I will not have it.
No.
I will not have it. You are my OG, and I will publicly acknowledge you as such. People will say, people try to be messy too. Like, boy, you better than. I say, shh. Law, my guy. Law, please tell the people.
Man, it's a pleasure, man, hearing the love and adulations from all of y'all, and especially you, Voch, man, from the same hometown, home skillet, man, from Mississippi. Y'all know, man, Mississippi is small. It's a big state, but it's small. Right. And everybody know you by your first and last name. And it's just weird that I'm about 10 or such, many years older than you. And knowing that we in the same space, bro, is everything. But the Cowboys community, man, we second to none. We are trailblazers, y'all. Man, we doing things that other people are trying to do. They can't even get close to this. And now the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder network is trying to do it. But I'm gonna say this again. I want y'all to love this just like Jada loved Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to love this just like Will Smith loved Jada. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want y'all to stay loving what we doing because that means unbelievable dedication, baby. Yeah. Y'all know how this goes. That means that you're not going to stop loving the star over here, and that is the Dallas Cowboys because win, lose, or draw, we right here in the stick of it, man, because that's what we do. We love the Cowboys and we bring it, man. And just Mississippi flavor, me and my guy Voch, man. We shoot from the hip.
I like how you pull Voch in
there. I'm pulling Voch in there.
My thoughts are Voch's thoughts. Yeah.
I ain't saying it on the volume. Well, I ain't saying it on Colin Cowherd Network. What's wrong with you?
Yo.
Crazy, man. I don't know where they get all of this stuff that, a lot of people think that Jada wasn't bad back in the day. She was bad. You know what I'm saying? But I want y'all to love this like Jada loved Tupac. Baby, y'all know how to go. Y'all know what to
kill me with that,
LA
baby.
Nation, man. Continue to share, continue to grow. Let's go, baby.
Let's go,
Hey, it don't matter what Law say. If he say baby after, you just.
Hey, Koye, Law said, Jada Pinkett is a bad person. Right, Voch?
Hey, go ahead.
Come on with it.
Hey, right, Voch.
Yo, my face.
Go right, Voch. You the same whole time. Come on. Yeah, she bad.
Ain't that what we said, Voch? Crazy.
Did you hear what I said?
Remember we said that, Voch. You
Koye, me and you have had fantastic conversations.
Oh man, I still got more of it that I gotta release, man. That convo was crazy. Phil Collins was crazy, man.
That was a crazy conversation,
that was a vibe, man. For sure.
Me and you in that same kind of bag, man. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I'm grateful to have you also, sir.
Thank you, man.
And what I respect the most about you, Koye, is you got all kind of shit going on outside of this.
Yeah, Koye
you got more going on outside of this.
Yeah,
and you
gotta slow it down.
And you don't even do this for the YouTube chick. You just do it because you love it. And I respect that so much, man. I take one of the biggest lessons I've taken from you, and I always give you credit for. I always say your name for. If I ain't got nothing to say, you ain't gonna hear me say nothing. And that's something that I took you from you. I took this from you just observing you. That ain't even something that you told me. You ain't say, hey, Voch, you ain't gonna say. I just watched you do it. I observed it and it just stood out to me. I thank you for that lesson. Please tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Well, before that, I mean, since we in that giving the flowers moment, you know what I mean? I got to get to know you guys, on a different level this off season, man. So, before that, I already had all the respect in the world for you just from the empathy of me doing this. You know, I understand what we all go through to do it, but getting to know y'all stories, y'all paths, y'all backgrounds, and how we ended up here. You know, I got, you know, it's even changed some of the stuff that I do. Like, it made me more organized and more focused on this as a serious craft, rather than just this is what I do on the side, you know, and I do everything else to pay the bills, so to speak. But yeah, man, I appreciate being a part of this, man. And then when I came in, you can still see me like Voch, like, yo, relax. But I came in like a rhino in a fucking China cabinet, man. I was just tearing shit up, cursing everybody out. Everybody thought me and Foots hated each other. I'm like, no, that's just how I talk. Same thing with Sky too. Like, yo, that's just how I talk. You know what I mean? But
East Coast,
that's how we talk, son. You beat God dog, man. Come on, man. Let me at him.
Hey, Quay, don't trip, because they think me and Voch hate each other on our shows.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Like that's just how we talk, man. But I appreciate y'all, man. Seriously, because this is the one thing that I do that I don't have to do. I do things that I have to do to pay bills, but this is the one thing I do that I don't have to do, and I love doing it. Don't nobody got to tell me to do it. And to be able to be received and acknowledged amongst who I think are the greats at this, man, I really do. I really am humble and appreciate that. So thank you for that. You guys know where to find me, AKOYE Media on YouTube. You know what I mean? You want some conspiracy theory shit, hit me on IG. You know, you want to get cursed out like I don't even know you, hit me on Twitter.
Yo, you really do got like 3 different personalities on these streets, bro.
Hey, yo, look, Sky. I was just minding my business on the internet. Instagram
Instagram
fight or whatever. Crawford fight was on, and just this YouTube channel I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Got a 20,000 view video on Okoye just breaking down the fight.
Bro.
He's different, bro.
And look, that comment is full of non-football people, just
Facts,
all
bro.
sorts of people. Like,
he's in a whole different bag.
But that's one thing about Okoye. He only getting them views because you could tell he know what he's talking about. That's another thing. If you want to jump out here, understand this.
Oh yeah,
people gonna pull your card. They gonna go to war with you. They gonna keep receipts. And Okoye been solid. Expect with boxing, man. I wouldn't go to nobody else but him when it comes to boxing. That's what you do.
You want to bet some money on boxing? Holla at me, man. I ain't been wrong yet on that.
You end up on Instagram looking at cowboy stuff, and you scroll down one. Did you know that the blue house is in Maui? And I'm like, who's posting this? Okoye? Let me watch this. The blue houses in Maui are really green, but the fire. But yo, Koye going crazy with this.
I just see shit, man. I can't help what I see, man. I break everything.
That sound crazy, yo.
How'd I get here? Indeed. Yeah, that's Koye though, man. He put.
Hey, before you put a little shine on all of this, Voch, I just got to say this with Sky. He helped elevate us all, man. On the late night hype, man. This is the reason why I got this damn mic, man. I got this Shure mic because of Scott.
That's crazy. I got this Yeti.
Hey, what mic do I need? Scott, he make you organize.
Scott makes you like the motherfucking gadget, man.
Hey, real talk, though.
Scott's this guy right here.
Real talk. Let me just tell you about Sky though. Me and him bonded. First time we bonded, right? I believe in competition. Like I love all y'all, but I'm technically competing with all y'all. But I love y'all, but we're not competing, right? Sky raised the bar so high. Yeah, I'm not directly competing with Sky, but if you don't elevate yourself, you look stupid. You understand?
You look crazy.
You know what I'm saying? We're not fighting anybody directly, but if Sky is crystal clear like this, and if my microphone sound like this, right?
That's a problem.
If I can't invite Sky on my show because they're gonna hear everything he said, but they won't hear me.
Right.
Sky has indirectly raised the bar for this whole thing that we do. And let me add this to another level, right? We always talk about what we do here in the YouTube land versus what the networks may do. Mm-hmm. We can match anybody information wise. But at the end of the day, this was still some little hobby shit that we was doing. This just some little side job that we was doing. We all had regular shit that we was doing. Skywalker Steele, this presentation that's in front of you, puts us in that same category as them people on TV. Yeah. And we wasn't thinking about that. We wasn't on that level. Voch can do a lot of shit entertaining wise. I can do a lot of shit with my voice. I can tell a lot of jokes. But my live stream looked like shit. It used to be just a picture and just the damn chat box on the side. That elevated into a smudgy ass camera and and the chat box on the side, and I had a microphone and the dumbass tripod that came with it. It used to fall over because it was plastic. When you watch Skywalker Steele, if you ain't got this little hanging shit, if you ain't putting money into your screen,
mirrorless camera, HD camera.
Hey, Law Nation, if your shit don't swivel, you're not keeping up.
You're not doing it right.
Your shit got to swivel.
This guy show you too. He'll tell you real quick.
Hey, yeah, I ain't stingy with it. Yeah, I'll tell you right where to go get that shit.
Hey, the shit just came loose. But look, the whole shit just came off. But look, I'm gonna hold it. If your shit don't swivel, if it don't swivel, you are not doing enough to stay competitive. Skywalker still raised the bar for all of us. Plus, he's my friend in real life. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to do barbecues, which you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to come by the crib and have like fight parties and shit. Yeah. Like y'all my guys for real. And I love y'all to pieces, Sky. I'm grateful to have you a part of this.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be.
Even the do-rag Sky.
Do-rag Sky is here, bro.
We can talk about all this competition with the big media people. We can't do none of that shit without Skywalker.
Nah, stop, man. Stop.
Bro. Let
me say something.
1080p camera. I'm on a 4K camera because of Sky right now.
We was going at it on Twitter when I met you, right?
Yeah, we was going back and forth.
When he brought you to the round table, like, so what was it doing on the round table for? Then I seen the first show. I said, oh, I never said another fucking word about that ever again.
It's funny you brought that up, Okoye, because I was just about to say
Rookie of the Year.
The Roundtable was 4 E's. I was in the chat. I was chilling, watching all that stuff. And when you talk about being grateful, man, the fact that you added that 5th E, being me, I'm forever grateful. I sometimes, for real, there's no joke. When we do the roundtable, I'll be forgetting, like, oh yeah, I am a part of that now, because I was the one watching this thing, man. And there's times where I just like to sit back and watch y'all do y'all, because y'all are the pioneers, in my opinion, of this cowboy thing. So I'm forever grateful to Law, one of the first dudes that helped me get through this whole YouTube thing. Obviously, Voch bringing me on his journey with the volume. Forever grateful for the friendship that I developed with Okoye and Foots, and the partnership doing the stuff that we do with me and Foots. We do the draft talk. Me and Koye do the film stuff. I'm always trying. If you notice, I'm always trying to work within us. And when I say yes, I mean the community.
Tell about that first episode you did too, bro.
Which one?
On the show with me and Big
the late night hype. It wasn't always like y'all think. Okay, so y'all talking about all these fresh mics and everything.
I didn't even know you. I was like, man, I was Big Gang. I said, Big Gang, come on, man.
Come on, man. But
hey,
you know what?
James,
that motivated me though. And that's the thing. Like anytime y'all know how diabolical I am about any little small detail that don't go right on the damn show. And that after that show, Law, because at that point in time, I was still just I'm a fan of Law. Like I got a chance to work with Law, and I bombed. I said, this motherfucker ain't gonna work with me no more. But the next time we did it, I got it right. Oh, you damn ain't gonna see it. But next time we did it,
so that thing gone, dog.
Go find
burn that.
Go try to find it. But no, in all seriousness, man, learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Follow your dreams, and make sure you got people next to you that's going to support you in doing that, man. If anybody in your camp saying you can't do it in regards to your dream, mute them from your life, fam. Straight up.
And last thing about this group, man, there are no yes men in this group. We all debate and say what we really feel, and that's what make it work, because we help each other. We say what we feel, and when you speak to somebody in this group, it's like it's genuine. Nobody playing around here, man.
Yeah.
Whether it's football or personal, it's genuine.
It's genuine.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Skywalker still on Skywalker still STEELE A to Z Dallas in the morning on YouTube 8:30 10:30. Check them out. Hey man, I'm Voch Lombardi. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Follow me at Voch Lombardi. Follow me on the volume. Love all y'all to pieces. Love everybody that's on this panel. Everybody that's in this chat. Don't ask me when the next round table is. We just gonna show up.
It's like 2 a year.
You know what I'm saying? We just gonna knock on the door, surprise y'all. You know what I mean? And hey, whenever we get there. All right.
Maybe February.
Look how humble Voch is. Voch the man. Y'all go
like
ahead.
February.
Voch the man. He don't want.
Voch will make time for anybody.
He
That's
make time for everybody.
And
man.
he a busy dude.
That's true.
I text Voch. Hey, look, I text Voch, right? Hey, Voch, come on now, you got an hour for me. Foots, hurry up, let's get to it. He gonna play. But that's the thing, like he gonna make sure that he give you quality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you get Voch on your stream, the numbers gonna do numbers. It's cool. It is what it is. He that guy.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you. We appreciate you, bro.
We appreciate
and another
you,
thing
man.
is this.
Keep
This is
doing your
another
thing.
thing.
Yes, we do.
You know why we get so much hate, y'all? And we was talking about this pre-show, but we giving them quality, right? We get so much hate because nobody else can do numbers like this across the board. And it's real. Like, it's real. We don't step on nobody toe. Industry numbers, long. Hello. People be like, you got a YouTube channel? They see, they be like, hold on, bro. Whoa.
You got a YouTube number.
Yeah, like you do YouTube for real.
Oh, you a YouTuber too.
Yeah, that is true. When you tell them, that's funny that you say that. Yeah.
You know what I mean, Scott? I'm like, I do all right. But
I still don't think it's nothing, but
bro,
it could be more. That's how I look at it. It could be
these
more.
other fan bases really
you ain't sitting there with 60 views after 3 hours of work. You know what I mean?
But we all were there though.
We
put that damn 3 hours on a video and it get 15 views. You be like, I quit.
Yeah, I'm done doing that shit. I ain't doing that no more.
Hey, do y'all remember when y'all got y'all first banger?
Quit.
Y'all first banger? I was like, hey, I like this feeling. This joint just keeps going up.
I mean, it wasn't a not guilty video, you know what I'm saying? Koye
it wasn't a not guilty. Okoye had the motion picture of the year. He had the Goodwill Hunting of Cowboy videos, bro.
He said Goodwill Hunting. That's my fucking movie, too.
The Goodwill Hunting.
That's my shit.
Hey, y'all know what's crazy? We gonna wake up and this junk gonna have like 15K.
It should do more, man. It should do like 25, 30, man, or more. Y'all hit that subscribe and share this thing, man. Let's go.
For sure.
Hey, man, love y'all to pieces. Next time we do the round table, y'all will know. We'll hold it down for the dose who wasn't a piece of whiskey. Sky, hit my darn theme music.
Play my theme music.
It ain't no thing to do my
Give me my theme music.
Darn, gosh
I
darn
caught
it.
that crib and bought 2 chains and then I hid the rest. And it's okay to do your thing, but just don't do the most. I put my friends in that old Benz and took that to the coast. It ain't no thing to do my thing, it's what I do the best. I feel my mattress, pay my taxes.